Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see, Aerom. That's funny. I am just setting some stuff up in the background here. Getting my last ducks in a row. Turning off my video where I'm watching Alexa play Mugenics. Poorly. But that's okay. That's kind of like his whole thing, right? Is that he doesn't play games super well. And yeah, we are going to start right at 7 o'clock. But how are all of you guys doing? How is everyone? If you're watching the YouTube VOD, leave a comment in the description or in the area below the VOD below saying how you're doing on this fine Thursday afternoon. I originally wasn't going to stream today because my throat is kind of fucked. I just cussed within the first 5 minutes. YouTube's going to demonetize me. That's funny. I don't monetize these videos. Haha. Get right. But anyways, I originally wasn't going to stream today because I woke up with a really bad sore throat. And my throat is quite gravelly still. However, I was watching Hardware Despair stream Cataclysm, and he just got me excited for the game again, and he reminded me how much fun I was having with this Arcana run and with this character, and I was like, damn it, I just have to stream. Plus, we ended up getting in Discord and talking a little bit. He's a very cool dude. Very cool dude. If you haven't checked out his channel, he does some really cool stuff. His Cataclysm streams are super good, and I can't speak to his videos because I haven't watched too many of them yet, but I am planning on checking out his stuff because, well, it's very cool to see another Cataclysm YouTuber out there. I know I'm not the biggest YouTuber, but I do feel like my channel has been dedicated to this for a little while now. And other things, it's actually so dedicated that whenever I do other things, it just doesn't succeed anymore. So funny. Not gonna lie, I keep having the same thing with your videos. I'm not sure what that means. Are you talking about how... yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what part of my ramble you were responding to. Hardware Despair is awesome. Yeah, big fan. Yeah, no, I can understand why. The dude is very, very cool. Something about being able to have the honor of speaking to him and just getting in voice chat today really kind of humanized and personalized him for me, and it's made me feel like I definitely need to go and watch more of his content. He taught me a few tricks today. I'm not sure how often I'll use them, but he taught me a few tricks today. It's very cool to learn new things about Cataclysm even after playing it for 700, 800, 900 hours, whatever my total hours are at. Speaking of, I have been playing a new Cataclysm mod, just in my own time. I am planning on editing the mod in order to be able to put it on YouTube at some point, but I've been playing with Arcana on Sky Islands. Sky Islands is super interesting. It's a whole different way to play the game. It almost makes it into a bit of a roguelike. It is harder than base Cataclysm, and I think I made the mistake of playing it on No Hope with maximum difficulty of No Hope, and I think that was probably a mistake because holy crap have I restarted the game so many times. I think I'm like 7 runs deep where I just got into death spirals and had to restart. But my 7th run, my current one, the one that I'm running right now on my own time, oh boy, I'm like 10, 12 hours into the run and it's going so well. I found a magic weapon on my 2nd drop because basically it turns Cataclysm into a extraction shooter roguelike kind of thing, and you have a whole bunch of missions to make your island better. It's surprisingly good. You'll admit you're not much of a fan of No Hope these days. It's honestly more detracting than fun. To each their own. I'm still loving it, personally. After I've watched a few hours of the Aiden playthrough, start a run, do poorly, go back to watching. I mean, I do that all the time. Like, I was just recently watching Potato McWhiskey play Age of Wonders, right? And I was just like, oh, I just have to go back and play Age of Wonders. It's one of my favorite 4X games, and I played on the same difficulties as him. I died on turn 10 to a pretty bullshit mechanic that would take way too long to explain, and then I just went back to watching his series again. So I fully understand that. It's very cool that my videos can be that for you, though. That brings me joy. Sky Island is nice, but it's a bit rough when you get a situation where, oops, portal on the other side of river. Yeah, I have managed to get to portals exits on the other side of river. I've had 3 instances now where the exit of Sky Islands instantaneously killed me. One put me inside of an open field, inside of a dino exhibit, just dead. And the other 2 were both open fields inside of a city, and I had to exit massive cities in order to get out. But anyways, it is 7 o'clock. So we're going to get started here. And we're going to get started with a little bit of a recap first. And I'm also going to admit to you guys that I played this run, I was way too excited about it. So I played this run a little bit offline as well. I just did some basic Cataclysm things, nothing pertaining to Arcana or anything like that. Let's actually tab over to the game, Areima. That'd be good. So, the first thing you're going to notice is that we have a new character model. There's a person in chat right named Aerom, who helped us get the mutation pixels working and recolored the mutation pixels so that we look like the Raven folk that we are. So we have this nice black Raven folk model going now. Very nice, very nice. Hey Trevor, welcome back. Oh, I was supposed to, you know what? I should do that real quick. I was told, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and do it. I was told to post a link over here. We're going to go do that. Give me a few seconds, guys. Okay. Anyways, we're back. So, the first thing is that we have a new character model. We properly look like a Raven folk now. I'm very happy for Adelaide to not look like a random human, despite having all of the positive and negatives of a Raven folk. And we're going to be keeping this character for a little while. I plan on running this until I get bored of it, but I'm loving Arcana so much, so we might run this for quite a while. And let's see. So, quick recap. We started up in last stream, up in these Sanguine ruins, fighting a Dracolich and barely getting out of this place alive. Inside those ruins, we managed to find a Ring of the Fallen Angel, which gives us a very powerful protection from evil effects that I'm told is incredibly important for late game Arcana. We also have our Shrike's Misericord, because we are a Sanguine Shrike, which is essentially a hunter of mage hunters. They defend arcane ritual sites of the Sanguine Order, which is one of the 3 orders of the Arcana mod. The Sanguine Order is more about blood magic, experimentation on themselves and on others, and really pushing the power of Arcana and magic to its limits. We also found a base location after barely surviving our exits. We are going to be sitting in a limo shelter that we have set up over here. And nearby, we found a few things. So I have a list of, if I search by asterisk, I have a list of locations that I kind of found and am going to be visiting in no particular order today. So we have an Aeronor, which I would like to tame at some point. It's a Magiclysm creature that is some sort of like bird, horse, elven, Lord of the Rings thing. We do have the New England Church retreat, who wants a solar panel from us. More on that in a moment. We have a mansion that I spotted in the south of the New England retreat. This is actually very high on my list of something that I would like to visit today. I'm not sure what the highest priority is going to be, but it's definitely very high. Awesome to see a YouTuber using my art. You're very welcome. I don't get enough hours in the day to play as often as an adult, so the more abundant loot and more usable things in general are of standard are super nice. That's true. A lot of solar panels. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Some of the houses in this version have a realistic amount of solar panels. It's very nice. Someone talked about this in my Discord. I will admit that whenever Cataclysm first came out, having one solar panel on the roof just to power like small objects on your roof was actually common back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. That's because solar panels were very expensive back then. So it was realistic. It's just not up to date, right? I had encountered Areima in the wild today in a random CDDA stream I got recommended. Yeah, Hardware Despair. Very, very cool dude. The legally not a chocobo, indeed. Hollow bones and light modes reduce your character actual weight. They don't reduce my weight, but they reduce my carry weight dramatically and make me much, much faster. We'll look at my character stats again in a second. So, on to more. So we also have... So we have this Aerom. We have a research facility. We're going to avoid that. But I have it marked as a possible location. We have a ruined shrine on the south side of town. This ruined shrine is dedicated. That is an Arcana location. It is dedicated to have something in it. And it's so close to the southern part of town and the forest that this is very, very high on the list as well. We also have a Magic Academy. I would love to visit this, but it's kind of a little bit into the city. So this is a little bit more dangerous of a location. We have a Wizard Tower in the northern part of town. Again, a very good location to go very early, because again, it's really close to the edge of town. We have the Refugee Center, which, if you were at the stream yesterday, there was a bit of a bug, and we spawned this in ourselves. I was kind of forced to. It's not that far away. I honestly should have put it farther away, and there's a concern that I may have put it in a place that is not a viable place for it to be. But I would like to go there because Arcana has quests in the game, and one of the quests start in the Refugee Center. So I'd actually like to go there very early in the stream today. Possibly first, to be honest, after we finish what we're doing right now. It's me, Carver is universal. Not gonna lie, when there's solar panels here, it's still usually just one, at least in my neck of woods. Not that there's that many. That's true, that's true. Height reduces your weight, and hollow bones, unfortunately. Not hollow bones, I see. Got lucky and has 12 on one roof. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. Also might spawn stuff outside that would clear out zombies in the immediate area. Huh. Not sure what you're talking about there. I mean, I'm in Alaska with a weird amount of sun, but I have a lot of extra difficulty getting anything here. True. My family lives in Tucson, Arizona, and solar panels are everywhere. Every single roof is covered in solar panels. But they also get tax breaks on their solar panels. So, oops. Okay, we have a few more locations to go through. So, we also have a quest from the Old Guard. Something about fighting dinosaurs and protecting a caravan. It's on our list, not that high up. We also found a demon spider lair. Because of Hunter's run going right now and how much drama he is entangled with the demon spiders, we will not be going to this location. I went ahead and marked it as dangerous, and we're just not going to visit it at all. I'd rather interact with that content on Hunter's run. If you haven't seen it, we do have a currently running roleplay Let's Play series on my channel. We, of course, have Cody and Jay, and then far off to the east, we have a Forge of Wonders. The Forge of Wonders has been updated in this version of Cataclysm, and it also will have a translocation gate in it guaranteed. So once we're done in this area, in this region, with going to all of these marked locations, I want to move out to the Forge of Wonders. And because of how the Forge of Wonders is set up, I have some plans for it. I'm not 100% sure if those plans will work. We'll have to go there and do some testing, but I have some plans for the Forge of Wonders on this run, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it because I would like to focus on Arcana more than anything else, but I do still feel like our character is some sort of like arcane trickster rogue, so getting some spells would be very nice. Now for the thing that I've been avoiding talking about. So whenever I played offline a little bit, I moved all my stuff over, and I set up this limo shelter. We set up all of our zones, we set up our sorting and everything like that, and I decided to just kind of poke around. We poked around Plymouth a little bit, or Plimpton a little bit. We got a little bit of experience in our Bombastic Perks. Not enough to level, though. And more importantly, I checked one building. Let's see. You didn't even see, because I marked my buildings right with this shaded out thing. I checked one building on the corner of this town, and I immediately found one of those rare 3-story buildings with, that's 18 solar panels on it. So the very first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking one solar panel, and we're going to be taking it over and completing this quest with the New England Church Retreat. Again, Adelaide is going to be a friendly person. They would like to make neighbors. They would like to be kind to people. Mostly because I haven't really done that before of any of my runs. Everyone that I've played has been kind of mean. I guess Aiden was kind of nice, but he was also heartless, so hard to say is that he was truly nice. And then after we get that, I am going to try and move as many of the solar panels as I can over to my base. And very importantly, I'm not going to set up the whole run, the whole base, but I do want to get lights. I do have a lamp that I grabbed from a house and I brought over here, so I would like to get some extension cords and the solar panels and a battery set up, and I want to have lights in our home. And as soon as we have lights in our home and we can work in our home without too much problems and we can go back there and use it as a safe place, then we're going to go exploring. The first thing we'll probably do, which is essentially the second thing on our list, is the refugee center. And if the location that the refugee center sends us to, then oh, I just noticed that there's a lumber mill down here as a survivor base. I didn't even see that. Then the second thing we'll go to is the mansion. I'm hoping that the mansion will have some Arcana content or Magiclysm, because in the past, mansions have been 50-50. Some of them are super interesting, some of them are super boring. Let's get caught up on chat real quick. Sounds like things are looking bright with all that solar panel discussion. Ha ha, that's really funny. Someone who lives in the canon location of this game, solar panels are not common. That's fair. Et's from Tucson, Badass Aquarium. I have not been. I'll have to check that out in the future. Vlad, solar panel, Jane Trooper. Okay. Killed all the Triffids. Good job, Encoded. Always more mushrooms to burn. True, true, true. I can use Fungal Fighter stuff to obtain Fungal Side, potentially. Praise the sun. Indeed, Tim. Indeed. Lamp and freezer are always the first things I power. There is a refrigerator in there, so hopefully I'll have enough power to do both the lamp and one of the refrigerators. I just need enough extension cords, and I need a car battery. Those are the things that we're missing still. I don't think I need any tools whatsoever. Okay, so let's get started. I literally came up to this roof, saw these 4 were already deconstructed, and then I just immediately quick saved and paused. We are prone. We're going to go to crouch because we do have experimental Z levels on, which means that things can see me from the lower levels. So we don't want zombies to see me up here. Game? What just happened? Hold on. Something's going on here. Grab something nearby. Shift G. Okay. Hold on. My keybinds have been messed up. I don't know why. My lowercase pick up items from one nearby tile is G. Oh. I'm an idiot. There's nothing nearby. I had to take it down. Oh shit, I actually can't take these down. Tool bolt turning 2 or more. Hold on, let's check this. Can I deconstruct? No, I need a tool bolt turning. Well, crap. Hold on. Let's go to our tool quality and say bolt turning. Okay, so pliers have bolt turning 1. Firearm tip obviously has bolt turning 2. Firearm kits are pretty easy to make except for the pipe cleaner. The pipe cleaner I find is always very hard to find. So I will need a wrench or pliers likely. Yeah. Okay. Well, we know what we're doing now. We did climb up here using what are these called? Downspouts? But we're not really too worried about taking falling damage because, as someone asked earlier, we are playing a Raven Folk. We have hollow bones, large talons, light bones, Raven Folk legs, and wings. The wings will make us take lessened damage from falls. And we can go within this menu and activate our wings in order to do kind of like a Caves of Qud style jump. And that jump sometimes works and allows us to jump multiple levels. And importantly, it consistently works to jump across roofs. We also have spider climb, but we have a very high chance of failing that right now. And on this version of Magiclysm, if you fail a spell, you still actually use a little bit of mana. You can find one in the Junk Drover house pretty easily, yeah. So what we'll probably do then for pliers is we'll check this suburban neighborhood right here. There's quite a few things. That apartment tower is probably a good call. And we'll just check this outer area. Keep in mind that with our Misericord and our Wormskin armor, we're actually a relatively strong... Where's my menu? There we go. We're a relatively strong character with armor on every slot. So I'm not too worried. and climb down. We're going to go ahead and mark this as solar. I always mark everything that I care about with a bright pink asterisk because it's something that I've never seen the game use. And in fact, we will go ahead and pull out our Misericord. If you're ever wondering how I'm doing things so quickly, like pulling out our Misericord, it's because I have things favorited, and they all have little hotkeys set to them. So like my Scabbard's set to F, so I can just press A and F very quickly in order to pull it out. Or store it back in the Scabbard. Okay, what were we doing? Bolt turning, bolt turning, bolt turning. That's right, that's right. In fact, what we're going to do is I'm going to set a new thing here that says opponent bolt. So we can just press Shift V and search the nearby area. And if we don't find anything, I am still going to grab some stuff. I don't remember if we have a hammer or a battery charger back home, and those are very useful things, so we'll bring that with us. All the strings. Every string ever. I ran out of strings on Hunter, and oh man, it was so annoying to go back and get more strings. Tar trunks are also nice because they are more likely to have a screwdriver and socket sets, which would cover all of the bolt turning and screwdriver types. Ooh. Found a duplicate glitch? Yeah. Depending on when you die and when you Alt F4 out of your death, you will find a copy of your body. You want to Alt F4 out of the actual grave scene and not press any buttons before the Alt F4, and it won't do that anymore. I ran into that glitch multiple times during my recent testing. We're going to crouch walking through here, because that means that there's a less likely chance that we'll get detected walking past windows, although it won't help with anything else. That's a good question for people. These dust masts, do these actually provide any assistance against, you know, stuff like the fungus and stuff like that? Okay, so there's a bunch of zombies in the next building over. Good to know. Go ahead and turn off safe mode here. I'm fairly confident in my ability to not just walk into a bunch of zombies. Just some dinosaurs. Okay. So those dinosaurs seem like they have cleared out that place to the top, to the northwest of us. One thing I do like is that even though we're running No Hope no longer nerfs corpse murdering. We actually do have to crush down corpse again. Yeah. Personally, I'm a big fan of playing Magiclysm and Arcana, along with the Vampire mod and Zedra. They had a lot of content that matches the Magiclysm theme. I haven't played Zedra yet, but I am interested in it. Dust Mask doesn't work very well for fungus. Good to know. Provides a little bit of assistance, but not much. Like, the big thing I'm worried about early is, like, poison gas from boomers, right? Only your mouth, not your face. They used to give a little. You can see their filter quality in the item description. I'll happily look at that. Filter quality. I don't see anything about that. Protection from the mouth. Breathability. Oh, here we go. Protection environmental 3. 3 is not much environmental. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's better than literally nothing, but that's really not much. We're going to take these scrolls, because the scrolls can... If I'm not mistaken, the scrolls can still be sold fairly well. Yeah, they're worth $40 at the Forge of Wonders. One thing to note is that because I'm a birdkin, if you look, my carry capacity is ridiculously small. And keep in mind, that's actually with the hauler perk from Bombastic Perks. It was actually 38 earlier. So brutal. We really need to solve our hauling capacity. I'll probably put some points into strength right away to increase our base HP and carry weight, because our perks do make us take more bashing damage, which is basically all zombies. Environmental Protection 3 is what I mentioned. Yeah. Environmental protection is the quality. Yeah, that's what I figured as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's get going. That house is destroyed, so we can go ahead and mark it as being done. There's a zombie dog. Again, we are not a very weak starting character, so I'm a little bit less worried about things than a completely fresh starting character would be, right? But I still don't want to take a whole bunch of threats that we don't need to. We'll take these scrolls whenever possible, but I do want to leave inventory space for if we find tools. Kind of hoping for a tool box or tool chest in one of these houses. Keeping in mind as well that we have no hope turned to the maximum settings. So loot is going to be a lot less common than you might experience yourself. We're about to find out if those dinosaurs are hostile to us. I don't think they are. They are ignoring us. The zombies are fighting them, though. And that dog just saw us. We'll check these bodies real quick. There's some water here. That's nice, but I don't think we're antibiotics. Now that's important. We're definitely going to be taking the antibiotics. Honestly, you should have a cart, push it around to hold all your deer, make a mobile home at some point. Potentially. There's a Bombastic Perk for carrying capacity? Yes, already have it. Hello, Dridodarian. Nice name. Like an apocalypse. Something pleasant to make your day better. I killed a guard at a refugee center and the others just watched like I did nothing wrong. How did they know he was a traitor? Yeah, there's some issues with the NPCs in Cataclysm. I'm not looking forward to some issues that I'm going to run into in the future with Hunter's Run because of how the NPCs interact. I have plans, though. I don't want to talk about them too much, but I do have plans on how to get those to work. Sorry for moving very quickly here. I'm just looking for a wrench because I really want to get those solar panels off of that roof and move on with my day. I've been playing a lot of Sky Island, so I'm looking at these items and going, oh, hey, those corrective sunglasses. They're super useful for one of the Sky Island recipes. And then I remember, oh, yes, they're useless in base Cataclysm unless you have a weird starting trait. Very funny. Sky Island has, like, altered my mind and how I look at this game sometimes. So far, no luck. We do also have parkour on this character, so we do just kind of scale walls and fences with absolutely no issue. Using the item search to double check for things. We don't have enough carrying capacity, so I can't properly loot these places. But if I see something interesting, we will mark it as loot. Ravenfolk are nomads. It's not very nice. We actually don't have the nomadic perk because I don't like it. Okay, that's interesting. Whenever I restarted, it gave me the nomad perk back. Strange. Title says surviving instead of surviving. You don't use a mini-map? No, I do not, because with the 2 times... Well, actually, there's a mini-map right there. I don't know what you're talking about. But with the 2 times zoom, I do have to edit my sidebar quite a bit, because there's very little room over there with 2 times zoom. We do have a zombie here. We'll go ahead and just take it down very quickly. Like I said, relatively strong starting character here. Still don't want to take fights where I will end up getting grabbed. We have to watch our stamina early like this. Just going to do the classic take one shot and back up trick. Okay, there's a lot down here. This is an interesting basement. I don't think I've seen this basement layout before, so I'm hopeful. Can we open this? We can. We just need to wait until there isn't creatures around. Go ahead and grab this crate and try it. Pull it. Okay, we can't pull it. It is literally too heavy for us. That even caused us pain. That's really unfortunate. Ah, Adelaide, you were so weak. Nomad comes with Ravenfolk. Yeah, but I actually edited the Ravenfolk off of my character, and for some reason, whenever I relogged, it just gave it back. That's so weird. Now I'm just doing quests, yeah. Is that true? I don't normally do other races? Yes, it is true. It's a weed basement. Oh, you're right, it is. I will say, there's a lot of things I haven't run into in Cataclysm. I wouldn't mind if people don't just kind of like tell me what a location is. I enjoy the discovery. So, commercial fertilizer, bleach. It seems very unlikely then that there's going to be any tools back there. Hi, Shadow, welcome. I love the Mary Jane basement. I need to get the item out of the crate, then I can move it. Let's try that. Go ahead and use the advanced... Oh, there we go. Very nice. Good tip, good tip. Unfortunately, I was correct that there's no tools in there, though. But that was a great tip. We're actually going to wait 5 minutes, maybe another 5, to just get our pain down a little bit here. Pull that guy onto the 150 move cost bench there. Well, that's a lot of zombies. Looks like they're mostly all out in the street, though. Yeah, off in the distance. 32, 31. Yeah, they're all pretty far away. Let's head up this street and then head back down the other side. Might have to edit the Ravenfold EOC. Might reapply it when the Ravenfold condition gets checked. Interesting. Large rubber box and large pack frame are the largest backpack. It doesn't matter the backpack size. So like I have another 30 volume, 25 volume left in my backpack, but because our carry capacity is so low, we're never going to be hitting the volume limits of backpacks. Just never going to happen. Love how you leaving all the Z's unpulped. Is that intentional or just muscle memory from No Hope? It is intentional right now because we are moving quickly and we just don't have a lot of need to pulp these zombies right here. Once we get these solar panels, I probably won't be coming back to this part of town, so it'll stay outside of simulation range. I might pulp the dinosaur, though. Although it takes freaking forever to pulp the dinosaurs. Just so long. There's an Axe Murderer. Where is he? Axe Murderer is to our northwest. I don't want to aggro the Axe Murderer. Actually, we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop our Misericord into gun mode. We're going to come shoot this Axe Murderer in the face. And then we'll move, because this is going to bring a lot of noise on us. There's one shot. And the second, bring them down. And he dropped some Blood Essence. Hell yeah, we need that. This is one of the things from Arcana. Blood Essence is the thing that powers our magic items. I think I need to start making a Triffid expansion mod. That's funny. I only pulp near my house. If others get up, they're just more XP from Bombastic. I don't really like gaming Bombastic like that. I like playing the game normally and then just seeing what happens. Okay, so that caused a lot of sound. I do want to go into this house to my northwest, so I'm going to go ahead and move that way. And we're not going to reload our gun right away. Oops. There we go. Pressing the wrong buttons is a integral part of Cataclysm. Let's see. There's a window right there. We'll fight these whenever we get to the window. Before we go through, check. Nothing inside the window. Correct. And then this window has a move cost of 200. So as they step into the window, I will get extra turns. We did get grabbed. We'll kill the one grabbing us. And voila. Taken down. None of them has even got a chance to hit me. We'll use our search real quick. No pliers. Peek down. Nothing. Ah. This basement reeks of no hope. Not a single item to be found. I'm just going to go ahead and wait up. Make sure that we have our stamina before heading back up. We're going to step in because that guy just stepped onto a chair. So I knew for a fact that he wasn't going to take a turn before I actually got to him. Always take a breath, breathe in and breathe out, and just take a moment to retain our stamina. Go ahead and check our pliers thing. Still no pliers. Step up here. I am worried about them breaking windows and making a bunch of noise. Wow, that guy's just taking forever, isn't he? Holy crap. So many turns here. There we go. There's a silver anklet there. Do we have enough silver yet? Lacking shiny objects. Okay. That silver anklet is filthy, though, so I don't think I want to do it. Bloody Must removes the need to pulp corpses you kill. I probably won't take that because I do want corpses for bones from Arcana. Bones and blood. I suppose black powder does cause fouling. Interesting, yeah. Bloody Must also makes the saturating butchery less effective, though. Yes. I need pliers. I need something with bolts turning. Yes. You want a gun cleaning kit to keep the Misericord repaired? Yes. Takes a lot of durability damage from firing. Actually, currently it's only taking durability damage from blocking, because it does actually have parry with high blocking ability, and every time it's taking damage is because it's blocked something. That's unfortunate. I've started on my attempts to make my own tile set for Cataclysm, but I've completely failed. I like the tiles I made, but I can't get the tiles to show up in game. Yeah, that's a whole mess. I actually want to learn how to do tile sets myself. Won't adjustable wrench work? Yes, I currently have a search thing for bolt. The category. Oh, I actually have that wrong. Oh my god, I had that wrong the entire time. Bolts turning. There we go. I had a category instead of quality. So anything with the quality of bolt turning, which we need bolt turning 2, will get us what we need to take down those solar panels. Hope I didn't miss it because of the fact that I was doing my quality wrong. Ooh, what is this? Deity Island? What is that book? Cooperative board. Oh, it's a cooperative board game. Interesting. This is like a gamer's basement. Classic gamer, board gamer basement. Back up. I don't remember if we have a sewing kit, and sewing kits are very valuable. They have some really nice qualities in them. Zombie dog. I don't like that. There we go. Oh, in case you don't know, we're also using a unique combat style from this game called Shrike's Talons, which is a melee and Arcana style. It allows us to use both claws and swords. I'll go down here. Yeah, a whole bunch of different medium swords and claws in order to use our combat style. Actually, interestingly enough, I just noticed that we don't actually see Ravenfolk claws on the list here. So we might not be able to use this unarmed with Ravenfolk, but that's okay. I plan for this character to be a bit of a fencer, a rogue. Ooh, I do see a wood saw. I think I already have one, though. Does anyone know how to complete the quest from that guy in the refugee center? You just have to go to the Yatsodi, I think. Tile set is tragically difficult in arcane magic. Sounds about right. Finally point out the category quality thing a while ago. I missed it. A lot of people were talking. If you want to point out a specific tip that is important and directly directed at me, you can do at Areima. It'll highlight your message in the stream chat and will be a lot easier to see. Autopad for CC sounds. I actually really liked CC sounds, but unfortunately I don't have... I actually forgot. I was planning on doing that before stream. I want to change my sound pack back to chest hole, which I used before. The Ravenfold legs don't actually have a melee attack. Yes, but I also have... what is it? Large talons. Indet's fingers have grown into huge talons. After a bit of practice, you can learn that it does not affect your debts, but allows for a deadly unarmed attack. So that's what I was talking about, is the large talons. Okay, I can do this before you're worth it. Thank you, Carver. That's $5 super chat. Even return to the guy who gave me the quest. I did it, but can't complete it. I doubt 0.inch tiles would work in 0.g, but that's fine. Yeah. I looked and it doesn't appear to be possible to package a sound pack with your mod. Interesting. I do have chest hole CC working on 0.h, but I do think I'll probably have to finagle it to get it working here. Step up and take that guy out. Make sure that we have search going whenever possible. You know what I should also do is we're going to add category manual into there as well. So it'll grab any Magiclysm books. Man, we're just not having the best luck with this. Hey, for people who know, they know. At least it's not a drill, right? You can only imagine how hard it would be to find a tool with... Ooh, bug out backpack. I love these. Oh, so much stuff in this. We have no... You know, we're just going to mark it because we have no carry capacity. So basically, this is a new thing that I found. And at first, I wasn't a huge fan of them, but I've kind of become more of a fan of them in the meantime. Basically, it's the idea that a survivor just grabbed everything they can right at the end of the apocalypse and just were ready to go. In No Hope, they are so rare that I'm kind of fine with them. But whenever I was playing the normal difficulty, they were so common that I kind of hated them. But in No Hope, I only find them every once in a while, and it does feel like something special. It's like finding a rare chest. Okay, we're going to fight right here, because I can scurry up this downspout in a crazy amount of time if we get stuck. And I just want to take a few of these guys out. Not because of Bombastic Perks, but because I feel like it makes sense for Adelaide to want to just carefully clear out the town. Make sure that we're not dragging a horde of creatures behind us everywhere we go. Okay, it does seem like No Hope has annihilated that building as well. We might take a little bit of a detour here, because there's a forest here, right? We might take a detour and head up there. You know what? We really should. We're going to run off to the side here. We're close enough to home. And it's a straight shot. That we are going to head back super fast and drop off our loot. What is going on over here? Is there like some sort of college kids? There's a bunch of zombies to the south and are crawling to the northeast. Crawling zombie is not an issue. We'll just go ahead and take him out real quick. But we're going to drop off everything else so that we can actually take things with us. I love bug out bags. Yeah, YouTube and Google take large cuts out of donations on YouTube, I think. It's not as bad as you might think. Also, it's better than nothing. My channel makes me nothing, so it is better than nothing. Makes me miss the expanded survivor items mod. Don't know what that is. My character got a M1911A1 on a zombie. That's hilarious. I got a fully modded AK-47 earlier whenever I was playing the Sky Islands. A lot of bug out bags in the 1911s. Yeah, very cool. But I wish they stocked up on high capacity handguns. I mean, having some diversity there would be really nice. I've seen about 3 different like versions of a bug out bag so far, but they do start to be like, you can tell what type of bug out bag there are. Love to get into tile sets. I really wish I could help you there. Partial buildings make good materials, scavenging and fabrication experience. Safer to dismantle than a full building because you won't have it collapse. Oh, that's a cool tip. I never thought about that. I think you legitimately have to be a bit nuts to understand the tile set stuff. Fair. Stupid zombie cops don't even have their guns. Well, zombies don't use their guns, but ferals do. I will say. We need to make sure we have safe mode on, because the fast travel thing that got added is convenient for my PC, but is also very dangerous. Okay. So we also found a chainsaw. We put it up here. We found some traps, just some spiked boards. I'll eventually find a 4th or make a 4th spiked board to cover this entrance. And there are some spiked boards and bear traps out front here, because that's the closest I am to like zombies. I'll probably also trap this entrance at some point too, just kind of lightly. And then in this basement, we'll go ahead and actually reload and then put away our Miserid Horde. And I'm going to insert more paper cartridges. Can I do it with the reload? I can't. So I'll have to insert some more paper cartridges into my little paper cartridge carrier thingy. Just trying to keep low on my carried stuff. Add in blade mode and put it away. Yeah, we have a little base here. I set up a standing lamp, a clean surface. We have a wood stove for like normal crafting, bunch of wood and stuff like that. But we also have a secondary wood stove back here with a water heater and a water pump right near each other, so that we can basically have infinite water here. Food is going to be our only concern. We have a bunch of books, and I did set up all of my like zones and stuff like that. So something I've been doing recently is that I've been favoriting things a little bit better. I don't want to carry my hammer until we get a crowbar. So I've been favoriting things a little bit better than I used to. And why I'm doing that is I'll show you in a second. So we're going to go drop, then I'm going to hit comma. That marks everything. And then makes this little pile of all my loots. And then I just say sort out. And okay, so we need a place for clothing and we need a place for tool magazines. So let's just add that real quick. Clothing. We'll put clothing there for now. And also add tool magazines. And we'll put that with our ammo. Save changes, sort again, and there we go. Now everything is nice and sorted. I put the clothing in with the tools. That's actually a little inconvenient. I might make a pile of clothing right here and then set up a thing for it later. Let's go down to clothing and go ahead and move that. And, oh, I can't sort out loot because my unsorted isn't big enough. We'll go ahead and make the whole room sortable. And if I'm going to do that, I do have to, I apologize, I have to add a firewood source, which is going to be a Nord to right there so that it doesn't unload my firewood. There we go. Now we should have everything correctly sorted. Very nice. We'll read chat real quick. Stupid zombie cops don't even have the guns. Yep. Feral cop can end your day easier. Yeah. Areima, I noticed that you often say whenever in situations where most people will say when. Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. You just need to press X to disable the map trouble. I do turn it on and off. If I travel to locations that I know are relatively safe, I leave it on. But if not, I'll turn it off because it does teleport you. So you can get safe mode stopped by something and then end up on top of something, which is very unfortunate. Disable it like that. Yep. Simulation speed, I mean. The speed gains are so nice. Yeah, exactly. I wish the tile sets made sense. Don't know what's happening with the tile set. Need a good programmer. Yeah. A few devs with a lot of free time have showed up lately, but they keep getting ran off by the dev team. I have heard a little bit about the drama, but I don't want to go into the drama too heavily here. But I recall there's a program somewhere where you can pack it all into a tile. Yes, there is a... If you go to the Clever Raven, like, how to mod Cataclysm, there's like a whole document on it, right? They do tell you a lot of stuff about it, but it is really arcane to try and, like, go through. Okay, so where's our carry capacity? We're at 46. Oh, I also found a disposable wand of Hoary Frost. Very nice. What can we drop? We really... This is so unfortunate. We really just need more carry capacity. How far are we to our next perk? Very close. Okay, so we'll probably grab strength and probably even grab... Oh, you know what? That's part of it. We need to... we'll probably just read a little bit then. We'll grab the Sanguine Codex because I want to get my Arcana up. And we'll read until we aren't in mild pain anymore. Because I forgot about the pain bringing us down. Ever thought about doing a Last Generation playthrough? I will do a Last Generation playthrough once they have more magic mods. That's the main reason why I don't like Last Generation right now, is because I can't use Mind Over Matter, Magiclysm, and Arcana. Although Arcana is coming to Last Generation, either soon or right now. Yeah. Disposable wands are way better than the normal refillable ones. They feel significantly less OP. That's fair. It does take hours and hours and hours and hours to refill them because the converts... the thing to make ammo for the wands takes longer to make than arrows, to be honest. And most of the wands fire at a low, like Magic Wand or Magic Missile, for example, just does like 3 damage, right? There's some work being done on a Magiclysm port for the Last Generation, but don't know how far it is. I will be very happy to play the Last Generation once Magiclysm and Mind Over Matter are in, or if someone ports it over. Let me take a quick drink of my chocolate milk. Because I have a sore throat, I grabbed a whole coffee mug filled to the brim with chocolate milk today. You swear that's a Cataclysm in a perpetual state of drama, and every time I look into it, it seems like people are complaining about silly things. I agree with that, because what happened... This is just... It's midnight. I don't want to be... It's been pretty at night. We're actually going to sleep up. Make sure we close our doors behind us. Don't want something just wandering in. But yeah, there is like 1,000 devs for Cataclysm, so. Hi, so Undead People tile set is no longer supported for latest experimental. It's still supported. We're using it right now. There was just some issues, and the tile set is temporarily ticking down. I'm not going to get into why. It just is, unfortunately. I'd love if the big 3 Magic mods were all in the same version. I'm playing all 3 of them right now. Just saying. Arcana, Magiclysm, Mind Over Matter. It's actually the reason why we have this version going. Makes people bald and your character roots if they wear armor. Huh? I missed something there. Magic Missile isn't too OP. The Fireball wand is truly ridiculous, though. Yeah, Fireball's a little strong. I have a Fireball wand on Hunter, and we've not used it for that very reason. It is kind of a problem solver, for sure. Okay, back to finding some pliers. I think we're going to loop through the forest and head over to this part of town. I really would like to approach from a forest, so if that something goes really wrong, we'll do this. If something goes really wrong, we can exit out through the forest. Arcana drama is why I say that. I feel like Fireball should be strong, though. It's a Tang Fireball. I don't disagree. Another crawling zombie. Might as well take it out. Turn off safe mode. Pull out our Misericord. There's just a handful of zombies up here. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it, but we do also have a psionic knack for Camellioflage. It's not actually full psionics, but what Camellioflage does is make it so that people are just slightly less able to detect us, which kind of gives into the whole, I want this character to essentially be like a rogue, a Bloodborne-style switch weapon rogue. I have lost track of these zombies. There's a crawling zombie right here. We're going to kill some of these whenever they're out in the field, because it'll make our fast travel in the future faster. That's the main reason. Stop talking about tile sets now. You're fine. You're fine. Cataclysm's modding system is extremely powerful. I also wish it would be more like actual programming than JSON wrangling. I do hate going through the JSONs. Hey, Newly. How you doing? Should probably cost more than a single crystallized mana to cast. True. It is rare to see you in a Cataclysm stream, Newly. Guess you must be bored. There's that bug out bag, but again, that's not really what we're looking for right now. I guess we'll just move normally because those zombies are kind of a little too close to fast travel. There we go. That swimmer zombie just really doesn't want me to fast travel. And now wild boars? Are wild boars aggressive? Originally not native to the US, this wild omnivore is a crossbreed between the Eurasian wild boar escaped from hunting reserves and the domesticated pig, gone feral in the wilderness. Its population has skyrocketed during the last few decades. Okay. So wild boars are hostile. Good to know. I mean, it makes sense. Now look how fast that is if I actually do manage to fast travel. We'll fast travel right up to probably like here. Yeah, I figured. Zombie goblin. Some of my tile sets aren't working. Not sure why. Just finished Salt and Sacrifice with my girlfriend. We played the whole game in co-op. That sounds fun. I've only played about halfway through Salt and Sacrifice with co-op before people always back off. Crazy Cataclysm. Add a bug out bag variant that's just 3 dead cockroaches in a bag for the bit. That's really funny. If they're anything like the real ones, then yes, they're dangerous. Danger pigs. Okay, let's go ahead and approach. For the record, I'm watching my compass in the bottom right. This N or W, the cardinal direction will turn red if something in that direction has detected me. Ah, like that. There is a boomer. Hello, boomer. We're going to switch to pistol mode because I do not want my eyes to get messed up. And I'm just going to back up to the edge of the forest here and just kind of wait until they get a bunch closer. We're just going to pass a bunch of time and let them come to me. And honestly, because those are just basic zombies, we'll step in, pull them over to here. They'll waste a bunch of time getting onto the underbrush. Take them down. And again, because of the move cost of the underbrush, they are taking essentially extra turns trying to get to me. There were some people earlier who were very new or even brand new to Cataclysm, so I figured I would give tips whenever possible. We're going to shoot the zombie goblin though, because zombie goblins are really hard to hit with melee weapons, and I don't really care too much about making noise. Step behind something and reload. We're going to be clearing most of the zombies out of this particular small area anyways, so I don't care too much about calling zombies over to a building that I'm not going to be in. That was a fresh zombie because he went down instantly. Okay. Let's go ahead and use our search. Popular mechanics. I mean, it is a manual. I don't know. Not sure if we're going to be doing cars. Can you climb a tree in this version of Cataclysm? Yes, I can. It's actually the first time I've ever dealt with climbing trees. It's very cool. Still no pliers. Still no pliers. I'll close windows when I can, just to make this... Ooh, a toolbox. We have no... we'll take the duct tape, though, but no pliers. I am starting to think that we need to do something other than going to houses here. But I don't know if we can handle going too deep into the city right now. Just kind of glancing around. I know my tile set really well here. Antique store. So just kind of ignoring the houses for a moment. Military surplus might do it. I'm hoping for a hardware store. No hardware stores. At least none visible yet. Useful in character has reach and Z level turned on? Yeah. The Misericord actually can't bust out the window frame. I don't want to do it by hand. So we're just going to find an open window. Stand in the center of the room. There's a beauty magazine. I think that's just for tailoring. Let's check it real quick. Tailoring to 1. I mean, I'll hold it on me. We'll want tailoring eventually. We're going to want tailoring and blacksmithing in order to get some of the later Arcana stuff going. Might actually... I don't have a flashlight? Oh man. We need to keep an eye out for a flashlight. I didn't even realize I don't have one. Playing Cataclysm on my own right now means that I've forgotten what I have in each particular run. Screwdriver? Do I have a screwdriver? I have a multi-tool. That does everything a screwdriver does. Okay. Sorry. Moving kind of quick here because I really would like to move on with my life here. There's some hope to this basement, though. There was tools in it. What's in here? A cowbell? Ooh, binoculars. Do we have binoculars yet? I swear... Yeah, we already found a pair. Oh, by the way, Areima, I don't remember if you saw me talking about, but be careful with that one ability that uses the dash effect. There's some jank that can phase you into the floor if you hit the wrong buttons at the wrong target. Good to know. If we ever do some weird dashing, we'll make sure to save. Broken beer. Blobs and bandits. Blobs and bandits. If we were playing Sky Islands right now, I'd be very happy. It's one of the weird requirements to unlock a particularly powerful thing. Lamp Paladin. A handful of zombies, but if we step into the dark here, should be able to take them out very easily. Multi-tool. It does have bolts turning, but it only has bolts turning 1. We need bolts turning 2. That's a lot of zombies. So, do you guys want to see why I said in the first episode that this character started with Wormskin armor, but I actually threw it away. I burned it up, destroyed it using debug menu, and then we immediately found a second set of fully repaired Wormskin armor in the starting area. An area where we had to run from a Dracolich and fight through many, many special zombies. Would anyone be interested in figuring out why? Being reminded why? How powerful the Wormstem armor is and why I got rid of it. So we're going to wait. And then once we stand here, maybe wait a little bit longer. There we go. That should be good. One activation of the Wormstone armor brings the dwarf and the tough zombie to 2 HP, instantly kills the rest, leaving pools of acid on the ground. I can easily take down the tough zombie as he was acidically modified. And this zombie elf already brought down to almost no HP, dying on the pools of acid. As I just watch as the zombies come in. Absolutely destroyed by the acid. Yeah, Wormstone armor is really, 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 really powerful. That's wild. Yeah. And this is why we threw it away on day one. But then I asked chat and they were like, hey, you found it. You legitimately found another pair. It's perfectly fine to bring it with you this time. So we did. I don't have any carry capacity. And I don't really care about this part of town, so we're not going to crush anything down. We're just going to move on. Ooh, there is a silver lip ring. Ah, it's dirty, though. I'm going to hold out for... Oop, strings. I'm going to hold out for non-dirty stuff to wear. Because as a Ravenfolk, we do actually have a flaw called chrysophilia. You need to have shiny objects on your person or you just can't concentrate very well. You suffer a morale penalty unless you're wearing at least 6 items made of gold and silver. And currently, I think we pressed all of the run buttons. Yeah, we're lacking shiny objects right now. Filled with acid. Crazy abilities. Ferals sometimes drop... Actually, everything can sometimes drop essence. Magical things and things from the nether have a much, much higher chance to drop essence. And that was only one use of the ability. And for the record, it only used 2 essence. So I have 8 uses of this, and I have 47 bonus blood essence. So realistically speaking, we just recharged it back to full. I have 8 more uses. So it'll be... Now, mind you, since the run has started, we've only found like 6 or 7 blood essence. We have 47 because we started... Where is it? In this Sanguine Ruin. So we got a whole bunch of starting essence. But after that, we've only found 3 or 4. So getting more essence will be kind of difficult. So eventually, we'll stop getting carried by this. Oop. There we go. Stronger. We're going to go ahead and take Stronger for +1 strength. We're at 9 now. And that puts our carry capacity at 52. That's unfortunate. I just realized that it only went up 4 points. Because Light Bones and Hollow Bones... carry 40% less, carry 20% less. So the 60% carry penalty also applies to our strength bonuses that we get. Oh, man. That's brutal. It did increase our bashing damage, our base damage, basically, and our base HP, though. Ooh. That trait is what makes Ravenfold zombies so nice to loot for crafting. Tons of shinies to melt down? Yeah. That's a little rough. That's a little rough. Our carry capacity is always going to be bad. Whenever we get to the Forge of Wonders, carry capacity modifying magic items are going to be our highest priority. Our absolute highest priority. I just saw a bunch of zombies at one of those things. Where are they? They are down in those fields. I think they hear the noise, though. So they're heading our way. Do we have Denari in here? We do. Cool. So anytime you think I'm in mortal danger, just remember, we have Wormstone armor. And Wormstone armor is very, very powerful. But this is not meant to be a super long run. So I'm kind of fine with it. I'd like to get to a certain point, explore a bunch of Arcana, do a bunch of Arcana content, and then do a different run on stream. So I am fine with us being powerful. One strong bone in your entire body. Yeah. Hollow and light bones is a nasty combo. Yeah. You want the strong back mutation? That's not a perk thing, right? I don't think I saw anything else in here. Although, I have been thinking about taking the playstyle perks and then taking Stormrot Bird, so that every time we... What this does is our exposure to portal storms and related phenomena cause our body to change along predictable lines. When out in a portal storm without any protection, you periodically have a chance to mutate. So I might take this at some point so that I become more bird over time. I think it's really cool. I'd be curious what people's thoughts are on that. We've kind of gotten away from the forest, so I want to loop back around to the forest down here. Plus, there's a lot of zombies that see me right now. Does this have a move cost increase? 250 on the tall grass. Hell yeah. Just like the children of the corn, we're going to pull them out into the tall grass and just murder them. Velociraptor style. Calling upon the power of our ancient ancestors, the Velociraptors. In fact, I'd like to get some marksmanship here and get some shots off. Put one shot into each of them. Beautiful. Especially because I'm not worried about making sound here. We should be able to take out a whole crowd. 250 move means that we're going to get nearly 3 turns. Go ahead and reload this. Always keep it loaded. And I think I will even shout. Yelling out loud. To get more zombies to move in. We do want to keep an eye on what zombies are coming at us, though. But we should be able to clear quite a few of them right here. Between the Misericord having really fast attacks. I'm going to stop my concentration and yell again. Wow, they're just really not seeing me, huh? Even without my superpower to be able to be less seen, they're really not seeing me. Okay. We can still use this. I don't like the zombie ravenfolk. As much as it is a pains Adelaide to kill their own kind, we also know what our kind is capable of, and that would have done a leap attack on us. I also don't like... You know what? This is funny. We're gonna do this. So I have an Arcana item called a Flame Talisman. The Flame Talisman is kind of like one of those Omnio charms of Chinese lore. I will snap my fingers and set a fire. And that fire should spread. Pull our Misericord back out. And the idea here... Actually, I want to reload it once real quick. And I want to fire at this guy who's going to be a problem. I'm hoping that the fire spreads and basically just sets this field on fire. Ooh, I almost just did a bad. I almost just stabbed that guy with a metal weapon. That Zapper zombie would have done some damage to me. Let's check the... There is a silver bracelet there, but it is filthy. Firing our gun that much should bring a whole bunch of stuff out here. Is that really not going to spread? It's just a small fire, huh? Also pretty funny when the guys were saying how much they hate dinosaurs to you. A bird. 250 moves is wild with a fencing weapon. Yeah, the move cost of the things, yeah. Well, so the reason why I'm saying it's fast is because it has rapid strikes. So at 2 melee, I have a chance to do 50% move cost with 66% damage. So that's about 60 base moves per attack. So that's 6/10 of a second. And then they have 250 moves to move onto the grass. So I get like 3 attacks before they actually go. Is Omnio the fire ghost that wears a talisman on its face? Omnio charms are like the little, at least that's what I've been told. What I understand is Omnio charms are the little like magical talismans that Taoists use in Chinese mythology. Yeah, so I actually get like 3 turns, especially with rapid strikes, before these guys get a chance. And also keep in mind that I do also have Strike's Talons, which I actually don't think I have, because I don't have high enough Arcana. I don't think I have any of this. I have Harrying Blow. I have a chance to stun on melee, and that's it. Okay. We have cleared out most of it. And we got about 80 experience. Not the worst, not the worst. Let's get back down to this forest now. I'm going to turn off fast travel. This big field, though, is so valuable for clearing out the city. I was going to clear out the city using a forest, but the field's even better. Is our Misericord loaded? It is. We want to keep it loaded. Ooh, a Denarius, just in case. So far, we're handling ourselves. Ooh, what is that? Tools! Are there more tools in here? We need a way in. Failing a way in, we're going to pull out a hammer and make our own way in. Ah, no tools. We will take the portable soldering iron, though. That's useful for later. Off the bed, Newly? Well, good luck. Or good luck going to bed, sorry. Have a nice night. Honestly, I recommend mouse for a road, but bird does make more sense. I mean, I'm already a bird, so of course I'm going to do bird. Where will you get paper cartridges? I can craft them. I just need lead and black gunpowder and paper. So I will be taking apart other bullets to try and see if I can find everything. And if you do know how to do it, don't let me know until I ask. I do like discovering stuff on my own, so I've never really messed with bullets before, so I'm looking forward to the discovery of how to do all of that. Wait, is my Misericord not out? Oh, he pulled me. What? What happened? Your Misericord tumbles to the ground, grabbed my arm. Well, what's my strongest weapon? Probably the hammer at 9? How much damage was I doing with punches? Beat for 12? Beat for 12? Punch for 15? You know what? I can probably unarmed attack them. How good is my unarmed? Melee 3, unarmed 1? Huh. Paper cartridges are easy to come by. The other interesting thing is that if we go to Arcana and we go to ammo, we're going to be able to make unique ammo once we get to higher Arcana. So we can see these exotic arrows and exotic bolts. We'll eventually be able to make exotic paper cartridges. Man, on this sound pack, the unarmed sounds so silly. Beat 12, punch 17. Wow, damn. Where's my Misericord? Aha. Our unarmed is actually kind of good, guys. That's surprising. Slap, slap, slap. Flame Talisman takes 5 seconds to activate. Way more than I thought previously. Yeah. And the Water Talisman, which is a heal, a very powerful heal, takes 1 second. But you get, whenever you activate it, you get a resistance to healing afterwards. So you can only really use one every couple hours or something like that. A futile fighter. Obviously, this aggravated yet rallied person has lost their wits and tries to fight the undead with just a knife in their hands. I feel like that's calling me out. I've tried to fight the undead with just a knife in my hands. Works better than you think sometimes. Knives don't take very many turns to swing. Oh, I did not mean to just run into that zombie top. Make him take some extra turns. There we go. Hey, flashlights. I've been told that tear gas sprayers is actually pretty good. I've never messed with them. And we are already wearing armor, so I'm not going to take any of... I kind of, again, if you aren't familiar with my channel, I really like role-playing characters, and the main point of role-playing is not just for the story. I do like the story aspect of it, but it's also for giving ourselves arbitrary restrictions to our character. And I like this character being kind of this Bloodborne character. We're going to primarily equip things from Magiclysm and Arcana, right? So that's where our armor and our weapons and everything are going to come from. So we're going to stay not super medieval, but kind of like, think Bloodborne era, right? Pseudo-medieval. Long strings. My obsession with long strings continues. I'm not going to take all of the long strings, but I am going to take quite a few. Barnacle wheats are actually good food. Man, we are really struggling. There's an apartment complex over here. We're really struggling to find the tools we need. I really thought that this was going to be easier to find these tools. I mean, it's just pliers. It's not like it's a drill or something like that. Why is there a chair right there? That's super weird. There's a wooden chair inside the wall. Tear gas is literally a I win button for ferals? Huh. Howdy, partner. Welcome, wizard. We are playing Cataclysm with the Arcana mod. We are playing a Bloodborne-style Ravenfolk character. It's very fun. Very fun. Currently, we're looking for pliers. Because we found, like, 18 solar panels that we want very badly. And we didn't have bolt turning 2 in order to be able to pull them off the rack. So we're kind of searching houses here on the perimeter. Pliers. Another petrified individual. Someone who could not handle the apocalypse. A terrified parent. We pity these people, and we worry for their safety. But ultimately, they have already been taken by the malaise. And that's a burnt-out building from No Hope. We do have the maximum settings No Hope on. What is this? Ooh, it's one of those tailoring shops. Oh man, I wish I had so much more. We need buttons. Buttons are really nice. Wish I had so much more carry capacity right now. Is there any leather here? There's no leather. There is a lot of thread. Some heavy-duty thread. I don't want to be too overloaded, but we are going to take a bunch of that. No water in there? Even the desks are stuck in the wall. Strangey. Kind of a bit weird that ferals and zombies cooperate with each other, considering that ferals are still technically alive. There's actually a lore reason for that, Drim. I don't want to spoil lore in a stream, though. But there's actually a lore reason, because there's not a tailor kit, unfortunately. That would have been a huge find if there was a tailor kit. We did find a... Oh, it's not in my inventory anymore. But we did find a sewing kit earlier, which is an upgrade from the bone needles, obviously. But yeah, there's actually a very good reason that the ferals and the zombies work together. And I would also appreciate other people not spoiling too much of the lore in chat, because it's very fun. Oop! Skeletal roots and distorted outgrowths of calcified bone plates cover the zombie's rotten skin. Joints and cracks around its body ooze with black goo. Okay, so there's a reason that that's problematic for us. So we're primarily a pierce build with a little bit of cold damage on it, right? And then Wormskin armor is a draconic worm acid breath. Worm's venom. Both acid... This guy up here is both resistant to piercing and acid. That will actually be hard for us to take down. And he currently sees us. So this is going to be the first time, but most definitely not the last, that Adelaide is going to run from that fight. That is not a good fight for us to take whatsoever. What's a good way through this house? We always want to check that way. We're going to run through a house, lose some line of sight here. Run through a second house, lose a little bit more of line of sight. And make sure that we sent those guys on a bit of a merry chase. And we'll back off into the woods a little bit. Oh, zombie dog spotted us. Where is it? It's just off to our west. Let's pull it back to a spot where it's going to step into a bush. I don't really want to get bit by a zombie dog right now. He did not step into a bush, but he died to a single 42 damage critical. Guess he must have already been slightly damaged. But yeah, we don't want to fight that thing. Screw that thing. We could probably fight it later, but it would be a losing fight for us. There's a lot of infighting between them and insects, and most of there are a lot of infighting, but ferals and zombies belong to the same faction. If you're interested in learning more, play the game. Seek out some lore. Or have someone tell you. But don't tell people in stream. The lore is too interesting to just spoil. Nah, you can totally take him. I mean, I can probably take him with the gun, right? It's just not... It's... The thing about Cataclysm, and this is one of the reasons why I was resistant to Bombastic Perks for a while. The thing about Cataclysm is that you're surviving, right? There's no move cost on that. It's impassable. So we're just going to do the usual trick of taking a step every time we swing to make him waste his time. But yeah, the point of Cataclysm is that you're surviving, and you should be taking fights that are smart, not just taking every fight. Which is why I was very resistant to, for a while, to the idea of leveling an experience. Oh, well, that's an alarm. And I actually still am. But the thing is that more resistant to, or more than the leveling and everything, is the fact that Bombastic Perks just has some really cool shit in it. And that kind of made me overcome my dislike of a leveling system in a survival game where... Oh! Did you guys see it? Pliers. There we go. I almost didn't spot it. Where is that? Why isn't it letting me see? It's down here. Oh, okay. Read the newspapers and graffiti. There's a ton of lore bits. Yeah. Yeah, the lore is really cool. I'm not going to say more on that. We're going to rush over here. Pull out our hammer. Bash this down. Grab pliers. And we're out. Full run. Tilt into the forest. Whew. One job successful. Move a little north. Avoid that zombie. Now, the only problem is that we don't have enough carry weights. Just carry weights are going to be such a miserable thing for us to grab even a single solar panel. So we are going to have to swing back by the base real quick. Those wild boar piglets will actually probably be good for food later. Would the plier be the right tool? Level 1 bolt turning. We need level 2 bolt turning. No! I didn't even check. Damn. Okay, well, we're going to go back to base anyways. Drop off stuff so that these trips can be more productive. Damn, I didn't even check. Glad someone said something in chat. I would have hated to have gone all the way up to that roof. Ooh, there's a silver medal on that body over there. Right next to a whole bunch of Zools. I don't know what Zools are, but they don't sound good. Any torque and groove pliers? Truly unfortunate. Well, let's head back home for now. Press all of the run buttons. Move a little slower, Areima. And we'll drop everything off. Once again, just using our drop all here. I do want the Denari, so we're going to pick that back up in a second. And I want the flashlight. So we'll pick up the Denari and the flashlight, and everything else gets sorted. Damn. I can't believe I didn't even check. We can't use those pliers. Zulls are chill despite the name. Oh. Finding the right tools is always a painful aspect even without no hope. Yeah. What's the lore of the house being made out of wood? It's a cabin, and there's a bug-out limo shelter underneath the cabin. Very cool. Very cool. We can make more flame talismans. I'm going to take a moment and make more of those because we are waiting for our pain to come back down. And we can make more... I thought I saw water talisman for a second there. No, we need some other stuff for the water talisman. I think we're running low on bandages, so we'll go ahead and make some boiled bandages as well. Super quick. I guess just pour that into something. Damn. I'm still just like, that's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Anything interesting we can make? And I guess we can use some cooked brain. Just sounds fun. 10 quench, -5 joy. Who cares? So unfortunate, though. Sometimes in town you can find a house with limo shelter in their basement. The pain you got in character is actually the pain of getting the wrong tool. Yeah. Isn't the Zool guy from Ghostbusters? So it's not exclusive to cabins and straight up entrance of limo shelters? Yeah. This is America after all. There's probably more of them scattered around than you think. True. True. All true statements. I want to get all the way down to no pain, so we're going to go ahead and, well, we just ran out of wood, so we'll do it outside. But we're going to go ahead and sit on our porch and read until we're completely out of pain. Maybe for a little bit long afterwards. Pain management is going to be a little bit of a thing with this character. We'll go ahead and put the book on the desk. It just looks nice. We have everything we need. And we left behind everything that we don't want. Yep. Okay. Do we have any mechanics? No. What about craft shops? No. Garage? Hey! Parking complex garage. Why don't we check that out? Where is that? Oh, you know what we should do? We should go back to Cody and Jay. See if they've updated their inventory. We'll go back to fast travel mode. And, feral cop spotted. Does he have a gun? Another of the crazed humans among the dead. This police officer angrily mutters to themselves, wandering around with a truncheon in hand, of searching for someone to brutalize. We can handle a truncheon. Well, our misericord, which has very good piercing, which means that we should be able to get through this guy's armor very easily. Mil-spec searchlight. Ah, that's where the feral cops were coming from. We're going to pull the cop into the forest. Apparently, this sound pack has a word or a sound for ferals, and he just screamed at me. That was unsettling and unexpected. This should do. He doesn't want to step onto the bad tiles. Unfortunate. There we go. Bunch of really nice things here, all things considered. But, again, we're so... Ooh. We're going to try and fight these, my misericord. At least until things go badly. Why is it the Barbie voice? Yeah, I don't know what that ooh voice was. That was weird. It's a nice gun. Some drugs in here? Yeah, definitely. He has a full riot suit. Wow. On another character, man. On another character. And that guy hit hard. Oh, this is actually the one I already visited. I forgot to mention it, but I found a generator and we put it in our basement. I have no reason to kill that Mill Spectre Searchlight though. Scissor Jack, useful but way too heavy for me to carry. Go ahead and looks like there's another road block here. Just looks like there's Mill Spectre Searchlights here so far. There's a Denari on the ground though. And some nice food. Ooh, water purification tablets too. A lot of MRE. That is way too much carry capacity. What do we grab? What do we grab? The that is just so much canned beans. Look at that amount of food. Holy crap, guys. That is so much food. Is there anything in here that's sealed? I think the gummy vitamins. The MREs are sealed. We'll take those. But we're not going to be able to pick anything up after all this. Damn, that is so much. The ouch of the sound patch is really hilarious to me. Yeah. Not working, he's just using a custom thing for the burb. Yeah, true. You check the description. Aerom actually helped me set up a custom bird in order to actually look like a bird. Go ahead and continue onwards to Cody. I need to make a new danger zone. That's like this. So that we don't get near this fungal bloom in the future. Should just really not go through this whole area at all. We don't want it to be doing anything. I also forgot to edit my sound pack to get rid of the thump every time I'm low on stamina. I hate it. I hate that sound. It's so bad. Okay, now that we're out of the thing, we should be able to fast travel again. Super sweet that it looks proper now. Extra props. Step into the spike pit? No! Why would you do that? Extra props to Aerom? Yeah. He did a good job. It's... I think if... Aerom can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a reskin of the bird mutations that are in the base game. To make them look like Ravenfolk instead. Okay. Let's trade. That's not what I need. Doesn't look like I'm going to get lucky here. We can sell some stuff to them, though. They don't have, like, a currency. So if I oversell, then I can't really do anything with the money. Might as well check the other guy, but I don't think he had... He only had guns, right? Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, he just has guns and... Oop! Fine screwdriving. Screwdriving. Filing and grinding. Oh, he actually has Kratz Knucklebones. I want those. That's an Arcana item. We'll take all of those, because I don't know what all I have. I'm actually kind of doing fine on food, so we'll sell him some of the food. It also just kind of makes sense. It is not a reskin. You had to remake it all. Just change some mutations to look like that. Oh, and then map the Ravenfold. Yeah, you put in a lot of work. Thank you. Are you sure it's not your character having hallucinations? Yeah. Killed by a zombie gorilla in a zoo once? Might have been hallucinations. I believe it. All of those are inside a pack. So I don't really want to pop open that pack to eat them. We'll just eat one beef stew. It'll just open one pack. Not that big of a deal. Yeah, the Kratz Knucklebones is from Arcana. And if we go over to here, talismans. Yeah, we can make water talismans with those. Water talismans are really valuable because they are healing items, right? So they heal quite a lot too. Like, they heal quite a lot. I can't believe I've spent 2 hours streaming and I can't find I have not accomplished my very first goal of just getting these freaking solar panels off of this roof. Well, this was not the right option. There's a wooden fort over here. I don't know what's going on with that. We did find some tools. Not the right ones. We should have bought the swatch and dye kit while we were there. I just forgot. More for yourself, but it was easy to give out. Yeah. I basically just requested it whenever he showed me. I remember how that conversation went. Man, the reduced... As much as the Ravenfolk is fun, the reduced carry capacity is very brutal early game. Very, very, very brutal. At least we aren't searching for a hacksaw. Can never find the damn things. Also, moose are terrifying. Oh yeah, horned horrors, which is a new like Magiclysm undead moose. Freaking awful. We'll take these with us, this with us, and leave everything else sorted out. And what we can do is, I have some wood set up here. So the wood goes into here, and then I start a fire. Because I don't want it to burn all of my wood. And we're going to make a water talisman with the knuckle bones that we found, so that we have healing in the future. Very good. Antlered Horde is the default game? Oh my god. Forest Wights are terrible as well. Yeah, Forest Wights are really hard to run away from. Yeah. You need insane luck killing such beasts. Good to know. I'll clean some more water. Again, just kind of waiting for my pain to go down and my wounds to heal here. But, oh, I found a blood draw kit at some point. I forgot about that. I am thinking about making my vampire, or my character, into a bit of a vampire. Because there's a really, let me show you. There's a really cool set of perks called Hemophage, and then the blood is life. Hemophage lets us, nope. I pressed the wrong button. Where'd it go? Hemophage lets us be immune to the negative consequences of drinking blood, which allows us to use blood for food. And then blood is the life allows us to heal off of blood, which is very cool. Plus, as a sanguine blood mage, I'm basically informing myself on my decisions off of Bloodborne. And Bloodborne had those little like blood vial thingies that you use to heal, right? I think it would be very cool to kind of emulate that. Go ahead and mop my place, because the dirty look really bothers me. What do you guys think? Should I keep trying to get my base powered? Or should I just go and investigate the mansion? Honestly, there's a chance that the mansion will have tools in it anyways, right? Readjust. There we go. The mansion might have tools in it anyways, so maybe we just move on to the mansion. Since we're going to be moving on to the mansion, we do need to kind of heal up fully first, for sure. So, I'll probably read until nighttime. Actually, should not be wasting my wood. We'll read on the out on the porch. We'll read until nighttime, and then sleep till tomorrow, so that we can get there fresh and early and with fully healed wounds. I would try the mansion or see what the wooden fort hat was. I have no idea what that wooden fort is, to be honest. Never seen it before. And again, if you're new to the stream or fresh in, I like tips whenever I ask for them, but I don't really like getting told how things work if I've never interacted with it before. So avoid kind of spoiling locations, if that is. Feel free to give me tips, though. Ooh, cheese sandwich. There's a lot I know about this game, but there's definitely a lot that I don't know about this game. And it is 11 p.m. Close our door. And let's Adelaide get some sleep. Bloodletting technique, hurt yourself to heal. Yeah, we haven't figured out yet if it's going to be a good idea to hurt myself immediately and heal, because the blood will go bad, right? Quick, everyone gaslight him about fake locations. I bet he haven't even ran into the alien crash site. It's funny that you mentioned fake locations, because there actually is an alien crash site. So, I don't know if that was a joke, or you just didn't know. Because that's kind of funny. What proficiencies do I have? Do I have Wound Care Expert yet? I do not. We'll want to get that at some point. That'll make all my bandages more effective. Okay. What am I carrying on me? Basically, everything I'm carrying on me, I need. I have 4 pounds of carry capacity. Oh, yeah. So there's the generator that I found. And, it's a diesel generator, and I don't think it actually has any diesel in it. But frankly, I don't know how to figure out how much diesel generator there is in it. It's kind of hard to make up fake ones. There's so many varied real ones. Have you seen it in the rocket that takes you to the moon? No, but I've seen the perk that takes me to Closet Land. That was wild. Okay. Were there any merchants at the New England Church Retreat? Maybe we check to see if there's merchants here. Does anyone know? I'm actually asking. Does anyone know if any of these people are merchants? Because there's a lot of NPCs here, and I don't want to just talk to every single one of them. Okay, well, we explored that other building quite a bit last time. You kind of look like a merchant. Who are you? I'm Helena, caretaker of this flock. Who might you be? Just passing through. Just like all sinners roaming through hell. Okay. I imagine I'd like kind of pauses at that one. Well, it certainly seems like it. I gotta go, though. I'm not going to talk to someone who called me a sinner. I got my rights to be here, chum. Squatter's rights. Adelaide would just not respond to that one there. There's a funny image from Reddit. Zedra is more than urban fantasy. It's urban sci-fi. Yeah, Zedra's weird. I'll say that. Another bird person. Father Greenwood. We have to go talk to the bird person. I also should put my sword away. Bird person. Adelaide would probably be very happy to see another of the Raven folk not driven mad or feral or zombified. Lord be with you, sister. You seem new. Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. Nice to meet you too, Reverend. Where am I? New England Community Church, the congregation of it. Praise the Lord that we made it through it. What are you doing out here? We all came here when Ragnarok. Wow, Ragnarok, really? Rocked the world. It's an old retreat Helena bought in the hopes of renovating it. Good thing we did. Unfortunately, he doesn't have much for us. Who are you? Jane Scholes. Local doctor. Nice to meet you. Can you provide any medical services? Sure. I've got supplies on hand. Just give me a minute and it'll be right as rain. It'll cost you 3 icons. You know what? Never mind. What's an icon? Do they have a unique currency here? And before he calls you a sinner? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm literally part of a blood cult that mutates the flesh and summons blood angels. These people are not our people. But I'm fine with being nice to them, especially if they're useful. Just passing through. This is a dorm? It's not a shop. And this last guy out here is a farmer. Interesting. Interesting. Why does the church have a currency, not the homeless camp? The homeless camp does have a currency, actually. If you're talking about the FEMA camp, it actually does have a currency. It's called merch. Okay, mansion. We want to approach this place slowly. There we go. Bought our misericord. Can we see it yet? No, not quite yet. Turn on safe mode and we'll run up. And brainless zombie. We're seeing the beginnings of it. We'll go ahead and turn off safe mode. This place is going to be loaded with zombies. So what I plan on doing is I want to get inside very quickly and then fight inside. Because I don't want to fight outside where there's a lot of potential for cross-pollination between fights. So we'll clear this room right away. Let that kid walk into the door. And then we'll go through this place. Oops. I'd love to stop pressing the wrong buttons. I mean, it's part of the core integral experience of Cataclysm. Honestly, a faction that's just a bunch of old-timey hobos and burns living out of the derailed trains. Oh, yeah, no. That one may or may not be real. You'll never know. Encoded, did you know that there's a caps lock button on your keyboard? Just letting you know. In case you hadn't seen it before. Ooh, what is that? Oops, that is way too fast on the camera. Just a picture. That's unfortunate. Travel pack. Day trading, mastering Apex programming. I have no carry capacity for books. I really don't. There is a second floor. Say we work on the first floor a little bit first. Hate zombie down there. I don't like fighting that guy in a wide open hallway like that. We'll wait for him to turn around the corner. Take him down. There's a chance that we can get a rapier here. I hate smashing down the doors because it's just so loud. But I don't think we have much of a choice. We also should keep an eye on the walls. There's sometimes secrets to these places. Low-level stuff for sale, but lots of useful survival tools and canned goods. That would be cool. Ah, right. Caps lock. Indeed. Indeed, caps lock. Like, for example, look at this. That's suspicious. Aha! You can't fool me. Unfortunately, you can't stop me, though. What spells do we know? Very little. We have Spider Climb, which was a spell that we started with. Cameliophage, which I forgot to activate, so thank you. And then we have two signs, one that we got from the beginning of the game, and then one that we learned. We have Hardened Senses and Conjure Acid. Conjure Acid is pretty cool. It does a bunch of damage, and only costs stamina. And then we do actually have a book for Cloak of Chill and Cloak of Flames, which allow us to deal with the weather. But that's about it. Our major power is in our Misericord and our Wormskin armor. The Misericord is a Bloodborne style switch weapon that turns into a pistol, and the Wormskin armor shoots fucking Black Dragon acid breath. Check the other side. That's not a bad idea. It is empty. So we would need a way through here. A pickaxe would let us go through the wall instead of going through the door. Currently, we are looking for pliers in order to get solar panels off of a roof, which is such a basic thing for Cataclysm, but we are having so much of a hard time fighting pliers because we are running the max difficulty of No Hope right now, and it's just not been happening. Currently exploring through a mansion, not because of the pliers, but because we wanted to eventually come here anyways. Step back into the darkness here. There we go. Actually, I'll go ahead and show it off. So, Conjure Acid takes a little bit of stamina, 2 seconds, and deals a shit ton of acid damage. It also puts like 1 or 2 pools of acid in the area. And this left this guy with corroding. We just do have to watch out because 2 things happen. 1, we'll get Magic Sign Exertion, which will increase fatigue every time we cast Magic Signs if we still have this going, and this lasts quite a while. It also costs enough stamina that if we fuck up, we wouldn't be able to run. Can we get that one spell that lets you knock enemies back through walls? I don't know if it's in a mod or not. Through walls, I don't know. If you're talking about into walls, you're talking about Force Push would be a Mind Over Matter. And we do actually have Mind Over Matter installed, but we probably won't go down Telekinesis because I have a character called Aiden who already did that, and I don't really like repeating my runs too much. This Misericord is so powerful, though. The Rapid Strikes. Ooh, basement. Rapid Strikes are so good. Tough zombie just sitting there behind a door. It'll take him a second to get through there. Plus, that tough zombie is going to make noise. Not where we are. Just being very careful, though. I don't really want to take any damage that we don't have to. So we are going to be doing the stagger-stepped movement, where we're making them waste their turns because we are so much faster than them. We are going to step up to that guy, though, because he stepped into a windowsill. Just taking advantage of the move cost increases on various things. Ooh, what's that? A trail guide. Not super interesting, unfortunately. I was hoping there was going to be a map of something interesting. Ooh, nice crit. Good job, Adelaide. A bunch of protein bars. Those last forever. We're 100% taking those. That's worth the inventory space. So we're looking for something with the pliers, the bolts turning 2 quality. And we have the bolts turning in our search. That's why I'm just going to be popping open the item search every once in a while. Make sure that we don't just overlook it. I'm hoping this is going to be one of the interesting style of mansions. It has a weird cult in the basements. You can imagine that Adelaide would know about these, having probably been to some of these cult parties before. Because a Sanguine Shrike, which is Adelaide's class, is a person dedicated to defending rituals of all sorts, including weird blood cult rituals, and probably some of the sex rituals too. Long strings. Always, 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 always collect the long strings. They weigh nothing, and you're going to need a bunch of them. God, we move so fast, I'm having to wait multiple turns. That's impassable. For these guys to catch up to me. My favorite totally real and not made up location is the college campus that got hit by multiple blood magic trend and zombie apocalypse. Huh? Yeah. The mansion will have a Chris knife. That would be thematic. Yeah. I like the misericord, and we do have a silver athame back home. Silver athame is not a weapon, though. It's more of a tool to make blood essence, which is a major resource for Arcana. I would also like a rapier. Like a full rapier would be super cool. So I'm pretty sure I can use rapier. In fact, I should actually check. Can I use rapiers? Let's see. Fencing weapons. Yeah. Getting a rapier would be very cool. I just noticed that Stormshaper Axe was on that list for my martial arts style. This martial arts style is an Arcana melee style, so I definitely want to... Oops, press the button too many times. I definitely want to use it because it's very unique to this run. That is a bug out bag. That's our second one today. And it doesn't have what we need in it. Damn. We will take the bandages, the gauzes, of course. And I'm going to read this book real quick to see if it's actually useful to me. Healthcare to 1. It is not. We'll go ahead and leave that behind. Is that the first floor solved? It is. So there's one secret passage. Let's check that real quick. Make sure that we don't leave behind any secret passages. No. Wrong button. That looks like a library. Hell yeah. Of course we checked the library. I think it's probably pretty safe to cross the main quadrant now. We've taken this slowly enough that we're not really struggling at all. Drink the Harvest under the hood. I think Drink the Harvest is a cooking book. Yeah, it's about jam and pickles. Don't really care too much. That's a mechanics book. Again, don't really care too much. A Mahjong set. That lady stepped up on the table. You're out. Rapier combat is so much fun. Yeah. They're called the US shipping industry. Oh, that's funny. Very high DPS and blocking. Vengeful Martial Arts, arguably the most busted one in the game. Possibly, yeah. So details on the martial art. Never heard of it. So Shrike's Talon is very big about cut damage, speed, pierce damage, and allows you to use mutated claws along with rapiers and swords. It's very much focused on like deflections, grab rates. There's several bleed attacks. There's a bloodlust thing that allows you to get a whole bunch. I think I actually have bloodlust going right now from this. Yeah, bloodlust allows you to get extra accuracy, but you get less dodge the more you commit to being offensive, which is very cool. It's very much like a maybe not roadie because of the fact that, like, you know, you're losing defense with dodge, but it is a very like fast burn them down kind of style. Okay, where were those downstairs? I think I have lost the stair. Standing next to them. Very nice. Where's that tough? Oh, directly in front of me. Denari. Oh yeah. Shrite's Talon martial arts or fencing. Shrite's Talon is mostly about being mobile and extra cold damage, focusing on crits. Yep. And deadly bird, stabby bird with a gun. Yes. Accurate description of this entire run. And most of my decisions, again, if you weren't here, are being informed by basically, I am Bloodborne character. Yeah, this is fine. Take a few stabs, and if we get in trouble, we still have the Wormskin armor. Currently, I also have a stun. Ooh, Tramadol. In my kit, it's pretty much the only thing I have, because I don't have enough Arcana to use most of my martial arts yet. We're still pretty early. I think, like, we're on day, like, 8 or something like that. We're just gonna drink that water instead of bringing it with us. And we'll eat the butter popcorn and one of the protein bars, and then drop our wrappers. There we go. Barbarian Montante. Oh, Montantes. I've actually gotten to wheel. I'm in the SCA in real life, which is a historical recreation group, but I fence, and Montantes, using them in real life is so much fun. So much fun. Just go ahead and diverge all over people. It's a specific move that gets spammed a lot. Montantes. It's called a diverge, where you basically pull the blade above your head, tilt it to one completely horizontal, and then you spin it through a person's guard, and it just it's a brutal. Oh, you do SCA and Amp Guard. Yeah. I've actually wanted to get in. Ooh, might be tools here, guys. Might be tools here. I've wanted to get into Amp Guard because before the SCA, wow, that is. I am so sorry. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn that down. It is so loud. Why is that so loud? Okay, we're gonna turn it down while all these people are smacking on that fence there. But yeah, I've been wanting to get into Amp Guard because I was part of a touch only like fantasy LARP for like 15 years before SCA, and Amp Guard's kind of like halfway between the SCA and my touch only LARP, which was basically like D&D with swords, D&D with buffers, I should say. But there's not an Amp Guard group where I live. And there was an Amp Guard group where I live, but they kind of fell apart, unfortunately. You know how it goes, drama. But yeah, SCA is really fun. I actually just found out last stream, I freaked out. I even sent my SCA group the screenshot that apparently, this lady, Cody, is actually a member of the SCA, and they even call out the SCA. That's so freaking cool. When you think you're winning because you outnumber a guy, but the Lancenet song starts playing. Yeah! When you're on a melee field and someone comes out with, a group of 3 people comes out with 2 spears and a freaking Montante or a longsword, it's like, cool, I've lost this fight! The goose is the most dangerous creature in CDDA. I have a short about that, actually. Dispense clean water into a container. I have nothing to put it in. I'll drink though, but oh my god, why is it so loud? Okay, for anyone who joined the stream late, we're going to show you why Arcana is so powerful. To tell the story in a very short form, there's this Wormskin armor that I started with, I dropped it, destroyed it, and then we found another set and looted it, and chat allowed me to keep it. It is really powerful. This is meant for me middle to end game. So we activate the Wormskin armor. It uses 2 2 charges out of its 16, and it blasts these guys for enough acid that it just burnt down 2 of these guys, and they're going to slowly walk through that acid to get to me, and several of them probably won't even make it to me. And the ones that do are going to be so weakened that they're not even a challenge. Not all of Arcana is this powerful. It really isn't. A Great Helm. Is that a real Great Helm? Steel and leather. A medieval helmet that provides excellent protection to the entire head. The cost of great encumbrance. I mean, I want to take it with us just because it's cool as shit. We're probably not going to wield it because, again, we're kind of going for more of the rogue thing here. But yeah, that's so cool. Beach. Oh, I have a beach! I can't wear it, can I? Oh, I have a beach. Raven Beach. Yeah. I might be able to wear it. I can wear it. No, I can't. Your beach mutation prevents you from wearing your Great Helm. Unfortunate. Well, it's a collector's item. Maybe we can get a full set of plate mail at some point as a collector's thing. What are those? Aluminum field point bolts. I will say, though, oh my god, it's so loud. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn it down even farther for you guys. There we go. It's now capped in minus 40 decibels. Are there Spartan helmets in this? Not that I can craft, which doesn't really say much. Oh, that guy was actually attacking me? Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Become Sauron. Well, fortunately it's turned down for you guys, but the sound of these guys bashing on this chain link fence is exploding in my ears. Hopefully I'm out of this place soon. Ow! That guy just hit me really freaking hard. 23 damage. No, that's how he hit me. It didn't tell me how much damage he clawed at me for. Zombie child. Making way too much noise. So many crates down here. I hope we did at least something. Sent the LARP pic in the Discord for later. I too appreciate bigger sword. Yeah. You might be able to wear the other helmet, one without the mouthpiece. Are Barbute's the best you can get? Barbute helm? Actually, I ended up selling it back because I didn't want to use it, but what's her name? Oh, I forgot the name. Cody actually had a helmet that we could wear. The problem is that it gives me so much Bloodborne vibe to have the tricorn. So I think we're just going to keep the tricorn for most of the run, and we might take it off at some point to like fight something really dangerous. But I like the whole like Bloodborne vibe of, you know, being a dodgy, you know, hunter of the old world, right? It just fits the character's vibe so much. Is that a fencing outfit? No, it's thermal electric underwear. Man, No Hope is really getting me this time. All of these are just empty. Completely empty. Style points are the only points in this. Tricorn and leather duster. Yeah, I do need to get like a leather duster of some kind as well. I should probably bash down these corpses. I might come to this location multiple times. Cast iron Dutch oven. Okay, then. Whatever you say. All of these crates. Ooh. Oh, it's a murder mystery board game. Unfortunately, that was a really unique looking tile. All of these crates, and like almost nothing interesting. Stuff zombie? Definitely sees me. I mean, I do have a flashlight going right now. Mostly because I'm not scared until I find something more evolved. We are in the first week, so there's not much in the way of evolved zombies. Although this location sometimes has some pretty unique zombies in it, but not normally in the main area. We have to get into the secret areas to get to the unique zombies. Those tough zombies, though, they're slowly winning a battle of attrition against me. We do have the water talismans though, so I'm not too scared. How about a top hat for class? Not really interesting. Top hat pairs with threaded cane, not Misericord. That's true. Turn down the volume too much. I can turn it back up. We'll put it to there. You can hear nothing now. Trust me, the sound of the fences getting rattled is literally rattling my brain. It's so bad, guys. It's so bad. Because it's only turned down for you guys. It's not turned down for me. It is, in fact, not turned down for what? Bone saw? Or bow saw? I don't know if we have a good saw. Oh, I just noticed that the Misericord took more damage. How do we repair this thing? Let's see. Repair with integrated welder. So we have to get welding. If it takes one more tick of damage, we're going to have to stop using it. Which is really unfortunate. For the record, I've not been basting down doors with it or anything. I've just been using it in combat. It's mostly taking damage from the fact that it has high blocking, which means that it's taking damage whenever I parry things. So we definitely want to find a new weapon at some point. With how my character runs, a spear wouldn't be a bad idea. I definitely need to keep an eye on the durability of the Misericord, because I took the thing off the right side. I just ran out of space, so I took the thing off the right side to see the durability. So we need to just check it every once in a while. Ooh, another bug-out bag. No pliers, though. Can I disassemble this for, let's see, primerless, smokeless pistol powder? Can I turn smokeless pistol powder into... Does anyone know if I can turn that into black gunpowder? Or do I need to make black gunpowder in a specific way? Can I give you shoes? Do not have money with me. What? I forgot. Does throwing things get boosted by your dexterity skill or your strength score? I think it's dexterity. I don't remember. I think most of ranged is dexterity. Hemmekin, subway guide. We'll take that. Roadmap. Still looking for pliers? Yes, we're still looking for pliers. You have to have black powder for paper cartridge. No one has made it otherwise. Oh. We're actually kind of not looking for pliers anymore, for the record. We are exploring the mansion. Kind of hoping that pliers show up here, but we just wanted to explore the mansion. I wanted to move on. We'll get pliers when we get pliers. I mean, we'll keep an eye out for them, obviously, but... What all did that just add? Read multiple maps. I don't see any blinking reveals, though. Interesting. Did it really just not reveal anything for me? Funny. Very funny. We are carrying around a great helm, though, so my inventory is suffering. I can't believe there are so many crates down here. And no tools. I mean, I guess we found the one tool, so there's a chance, right? There's a chance. Black powder is unfortunately not able to be made from smokeless. You can craft it through Arcana with the alchemy book, or naturally if you get chemistry to a good level. Okay, good. Most range increases perception, not dexterity. Oh, was I wrong about that? I apologize. I don't know everything. You're probably right. Can I actually manage to zoom down? I can't. My HUD does not. This seems suspicious. Oh. I guess it's literally not suspicious. Let's make sure. Concealment? Are there any secret doors here? No. I do know that this place we saw upstairs, this place is going to have a secret area to it. But we already found one entrance to the secret area. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find another one. Frankly. looks like we haven't checked over here. Turn on safe mode and just kind of move quickly real quick. Nothing on those shelves. Yeah, see, this is suspicious too. Where was that room? Right there? So this is probably the secret room. Because I bet it goes down and then over to here. Or maybe it only goes there. Interesting. Did you not find pliers a while ago? I found pliers that only had bolt turning 1. I need bolt turning 2. It was a literal tragedy. I wanted to just... so bad. Okay. All 100% concealment on that wall. I'm just checking for secret doors. So if you check the concealment value, if there is a secret wall there, then concealment will be less than 100%. Which is a fun little trick. And I love the idea that it's like you actually manually searching the walls. See if there's any hidden secret passages. It's like an actual real-life perception check. Did I seriously go through this whole place? I mean, I guess I haven't gone through the upstairs yet, but I went through this whole place and barely found anything. I mean, the Grey Helm's cool and all, but that's more of a souvenir than something actually valuable. We really should be pulping corpses. I will regret that one day. Where was the upstairs? There we go. Some zombies outside. Actually, quite a few zombies outside. We'll let them find their way indoors. I am going upstairs. Strings. Long strings. You can almost imagine Adelaide finding long strings to be almost like an ooh shiny moment each time. I imagine them as a bit of a trained survivor, so they know the value of rope and how long strings can be easily turned into rope. You need tongue and grooves, pliers, or a wrench. Yeah. As far as I remember, the secret room is not in the middle. Yeah. I've only ever found the secret room here once because I did a mansion start once. And that's how I learned that there was even a secret room in these, is because of the mansion start. Wow, this mansion has been shockingly empty. If we managed to get into the secret room, there'd probably be some more interesting things down there. But outside of that, we're really not finding much here. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, a silver ring. That's actually quite... Ooh, what's that? A spiral stone? Another spiral stone? Those are some things that we can use for Arcana. They're originally from Cataclysm, but Arcana co-opted them to be artifacts for Arcana. Pull out our hammer here. Smash these open. Where the silver ring? Are we at our 6th capacity? Yay! Now we actually have all of our morale. Spiral stone. A rock the size of your fist that is covered in intricate spirals. It is impossible to tell whether they are carved and naturally forming or some kind of fossil. I'm 90% sure we can use these for Arcana recipes. Let's go ahead and say component spiral. Maybe not. Maybe. Is that a real katana? Budget steel, no! Rare sword from Japan. Well, it's not the right edge and weight. The pommel feels like it's going to snap, and the blade is pretty worn. Yeah, it's a replica katana. Damn. The secret room tends to be in the basement. I actually already found the secret room encoded. I just can't get in. I appreciate the help, but we did already find the secret room. It's literally... There's an entrance right there. We just can't get in. Yeah, fake katana. That's rough. That's rough that it was fake. Sports team jersey. Oh, I should pull my sword back out. We're really going to need a new weapon relatively soon, which is unfortunate because this sword's really, really strong. What have we missed? There's some stuff over there. Check out the left side first. I will say, it is really like sink or swim whenever it comes to these mansions. Some of them have been super interesting. And small adjustable wrench. Bolt turning 1! Damn it. Katana has been folded from the most mediocre steel forges of Guangdong. Folded about 2 or 3 times. This is a weapon of dangerous quality towards the user. That's really funny. Shoddy weapons are still better than no weapons. They break on you really fast, though. And I do think I have another weapon that I can fall back on. Worst case scenario. Are there any... Just checking once again. Oh, that's a semi-secret room. That's cool. I want to find the entrance to it. There is no entrance. Oh, it's not a room. Never mind. That's unfortunate. It was, basically like an open skylight to the area below. Copper wire is good, but not what we need. I wonder if replica weapons can be upgraded, like some epes and fake rapiers are sharpened to make them useful. True. Well, that katana's no flimsy weapon like the rest of the fake. I guess I'll take the katana. I mean, like you guys are saying, it will literally be better than nothing. I didn't actually check what the damage stats were on it. We'll take another look at it real quick. Where was it? It was over here. Let's see. It does do 17 cut, or 17 bash, 8 cut. So it has like no cut. It does has rapid strikes and parry. I will say that the qualities, yeah, so it conducts electricity and fits in the scabbard, but it's not going to live up to combat, so it will break relatively quickly. In fact, I'll just go ahead and wield it and save some durability on my Misericord while we're going through this place. That's a gun. Concealed carry 380. Nice. If I can get like a flintlock pistol, I'd be pretty happy as well. Let me take a drink. At least it doesn't explicitly have the flimsy tag. True. Found the corpse of an intern. Huh. Okay. 2 more players of pliers. How you taunt me, Cataclysm. How you taunt me. Why is my filter not seeing these pliers? Did I do something wrong again? Quality bolts turning. I'm a little worried that my search thing is not actually finding things in corpses. Well, we check corpses anyway, so that'll be fine, but... To be fair, I use weapons that are not well made. True. It's sweet to find a black powder gun. They're more common in mansions. Yeah. Filter might have issues since it's technically hidden inside of a pocket. I need to be careful about that. I didn't know that that was happening. Okay, that's just another window down. Well, this mansion has not been the most interesting thing of all time, unfortunately. I don't think we have a way, without like a pickaxe, we don't have a way into that secret room. Definitely some zombies beneath me. Oh, what's this? It's just a bathroom. Unfortunate. Can open always open wallets for that reason. Denari can hide in them. See, in 0.h, if I do the search thing and I have Denari, so let me pull it up real quick. And I have Denari searched, it finds them in wallets in 0.h. So I'm not sure why it's not doing that anymore. in this newer experimental. I guess something changed on the back end. How good of this weapon? Actually, that's a good point. Let's check down here. Katana. Okay, good. My martial arts style does still work with this. Considering it's bashing damage instead of slashing, it is a much weaker weapon, and we're not very good at bashing weapons. We were very good at piercing weapons. So this is going to cost a lot more stamina and not take things down nearly as fast. So we're going to have to be a little careful. Bonesaw fell to the ground, but it's okay. I picked it back up. We do always have the pistol version of the Misericord that we can whip out and fire at someone. Worst case scenario. Yeah, there's definitely things inside here beating at the door. Interesting. Part of reason Shrite's Talons is OP. It works for a lot more weapons than other styles. I'm not sure about OP, but I can see that. Vaults can hold certain artifacts or mind over matter. It's like a bird brawling. Yeah. They're very good to look through, plus ID cards. Yeah, ID cards, yeah. Shrike switch to... Yeah. It's a bit weird that bashing weapon still applies to a blunt sword despite the techniques being different. Basically how... And someone can correct me, but basically how the style is calculated is basically whatever the highest thing is. So it's a bashing weapon if this bashing is highest, cut weapon if the cut is highest. And you do get a little bit of cut experience for using a bashing weapon and vice versa, as long as there's some amount of that damage type on the weapon. It's not like I'm half sorting. True, true. I'm just hitting them with the flat. Well, I guess we marked this place. I'm going to kind of do a big X on this. And until we get like a pickaxe, I guess we're just kind of done here. Unfortunate. Power substation. Kind of just looking around seeing if Mido Scout Tower. Hold on. We're going to mark that dangerous. That's probably underkill as far as marked danger on that. Is that a limo shelter? Just a mound of dirt. Let's see. This cabin. We can't figure out what it is from here. Can't figure out what it is from here. There's a lumber mill survivor base. What do you guys think? So the flat of the blade is the... that's fair, actually. You know what? It is a blunt weapon. It's fair. We'll turn the sound back up. So what do you guys think? We need this wrench. We might just go on like other missions for now. And instead of trying to force the wrench, we'll just let it happen. We'll let the wrench come to us instead of us going to the wrench. And we'll kind of just do the other things that we wanted to do. And just use our fire to get light for now. Man, I wish I could keep watching. Work calls me away, though. Feel free to ask any questions on Discord. Lecture substation could have a wrench, maybe? True. Your best luck is cars on the sides of roads. Speaking of, there's a car right here. Car owner manual. For a second, I got excited. That's wheel fastening wrench. The wrong kind of wrench. I was like, my breath went quiet. But no. The lug wrench does not have bolt turning 2. How about deconstructing the solar panels without deploying them? I don't want to deconstruct them because I don't have the fabrication knowledge to reconstruct them. So I'd rather just pick them up and carry them. I'd much rather do that. Okay. I had my flashlight on that whole time. Whoops. And I want to keep the Denari on me, the bandages on me. One of these. And the katana. I'll put everything else away. Okay, so Do we have a... Go ahead and favorite that. Do we have a... thing to put our gun in? Oh, we also have the Vein Reaver. That's true. Oh, we have the... What am I doing? We have a freaking Khopesh. Okay, so we'll put away the Misericord and the Khopesh, and the Scythe for now, and we're going to take the Khopesh with us. And go ahead and put that in the Scabbard. Yeah, I forgot that we got this. This Khopesh even has a Blood Essence power on it that will allow us to root someone in place and do a little bit of damage. You need fabrication still for deconstruction? No, I think if I turn the solar panels into solar cells, right, then I won't be able to reconstruct them. And if you go to... So I actually tried while we were there. I wasn't able to deconstruct simple furniture with what I was doing there. Although I do think I have a crowbar here somewhere. We can try again. What do I have? Mateship crowbar. You did just make me realize that I was doing it wrong. And I might want to go back there. How are you putting the Khopesh into some random ass scabbard? Look, it is a video game at the end of the day. Socket set? Yeah. I don't just have a thing here and was forgetting about it. Do I? Screwdriver set. No. Bolt turning. Nope. You made me worried for a second there that I actually just had the right thing. Isn't a Khopesh a Carthaginian weapon? I believe so. Hospital and Forge Cathedrals. Why can't I locate the Forge of Wonders? And Toaded, if you stand out on a street and use a Denari, it'll give you a quest for where the Forge of Wonders is. We're just trying to do this real quick. Socket screwdriver. That doesn't have what I need on it. Do it? Doesn't? No. Bolt turning 1. I'd really like to just pick them up. That's really the ideal. Well, like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to move on from the immediate issue of that, and we're going to do some of the other stuff that I wanted to get done today. Turn on my damn flashlight. And whenever we find a wow. You know what? I'm going to put the crowbar in my belt instead of the hammer, because the hammer does the same thing and is not as good. Do I not have a tool belt? I thought I had a leather belt. Am I going insane? Did I not pick up a leather belt at some point? Well, no wonder it's taking me so long to pull my hammer out. I never actually managed to pick up a leather belt. Whoops. Well, we'll just keep the crowbar in our hands for a second. Playing 0.G for easier Arcana installation. I don't believe that works. No, it does not work. The Denari thing is only very, very new versions. Mechanically, it's an axe sword. Yeah, it has like a grabbing edge on the back sword. It's kind of just like an... People treat it like whenever you actually use the weapon, it's definitely an axe, basically. Like if you were to use it in combat, you use axe fighting style. Tip of the sword has an axe. No, the whole... Go look up what it looks like. The whole thing functions like an axe in your hand. I don't know how to describe it better than that. I would want to recover from my injuries, so while we're recovering, we're going to once again sit out on the porch, to our chainsaw, and read about Arcana, so we can get up to Arcana 4 and use our fighting style better. If you look at what a Khopesh looks like online, it's kind of like this weapon that's like curves one way, and then it hard curves back, and if you just follow the edge of the blade, it just looks like a hatchet or an axe, right? It's a very interesting weapon. I actually... I think it's either Castile or someone else actually has Khopeshes as like a non-meta weapon for SCA. And I'm actually thinking about getting one. I'd be so excited to be able to use a Khopesh. I've always been a huge fan of them. Can we cook anything? Move one log over. I'm trying to not burn through all my wood. That's why I'm doing that handmade wood stuff. Go ahead and sleep. Thinking about falcatas and not topeshes? Yeah. Mostly cast out of bronze. True. Does the weapon description have an ASCII art? I'll check in a second. Killed hundreds of triffids and could not find food. Forge of Wonders? Yeah. Forge of Wonders in 0.H and earlier was actually a little bit hard to find because there was only one every like couple map, like overworld map tiles, like big map tiles, like squares, right? Let's check the Topesh. It does not have an ASCII for it. Unfortunately. Bandage up our wounds. Take our sandwich with us. Drink a little bit of water before we leave. And we will refill our flask. Did we drop our flask again? What's going on? Does it have something in it? Is that why? Oh, it already has clean water in it. Okay. That's what's happening. I'm just silly. Okay. I'm gonna take the crowbar with me. And I would actually like to experiment with what you suggested there. And see what happens if I use the crowbar plus the screwdriver to just deconstruct. Plus, as soon as we get a tool belt, we'll put the crowbar up. Why are they all in like 100 tiles of each other in one small area? Oh. Probably because there's a magic grove nearby. Some people have made steel Topeshes, which are super cool. Stelladrum has a Topesh Messer hybrid. Oh, I'll have to look at that. I don't watch a lot of Stelladrum anymore. Not for any particular reason. I mean, there are some... Can't climb here? Yes, I can. There we go. And then we can actually climb up this, because I have parkour. And let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. I can't actually deconstruct them. And I need bolt turning 2 or more in order to take down the appliance. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I might be able to deconstruct them whenever they're in the other form. Advanced solar panel array. Can I re-put that? Oh my god, guys. I feel like a fucking idiot. How long are we in? 2.5 hours. Now, mind you, we did spend half an hour in the whatchamacallit, the mansion. How heavy are these? 23 pounds. Okay, we're going to have to come back at nighttime, because I don't know if you guys see what's happening down there, but there's at least 2 zombies. You thought I knew this? No. I did not know this. I did not know this. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave the crowbar on the ground. We're going to cast Spider Climb. There we go. Pick up the crowbar. What? How did I fall? How did I fall? I had Spider Climb down. You crawl down the wall. You fall 1 story. Oh, you know what I just did? Wow. 2 stupid actions in a row. I climbed into open air. Okay. Well, we're going to drop the solar panel and go heal. And then come right back. Because I need to Camellia Flash right now. I might not be able to with... There we go. Can't cast it because I'm in too much pain. Okay. Sometimes spiders fall. I mean, clearly. At least we took less damage because of Ravenfolk, to be honest. Because my wings do give me just damage reduction. But, if we took the solar panel with us, we would just, like, take damage and not be able to run away from anything. Hey, leather belt. Cool. We have that for the future now. What is that strapped? So it's interfering with the cartridge. Can we change sides on the rings? No. I think we might have to just deal with this being a slight bit of encumbrance problem. Because it will make everything else a little bit better. That was very stupid. Severe pain. Yeah, understandable. The toughest creature in the subway was the slug crawlers? Mm-hmm. Not good at being Spider Birdman. I guess it was a head first fall. Oh, wow, yeah, look at my head. Found another trip for the kill. I'm literally running out of breath just walking home. Damn. Well, that definitely happened. Let's, I guess, make some clean water and spend some time. Oh, I should probably bandage my wounds before I start doing that. Oof. Adelaide is not having a good day. Not only did they feel like their brain was scrambled at the idea that they never thought of something so basic as to disassemble. To disassemble those solar panels. But on top of that, in our rush to get away with the solar panel, we used Spider Climb, a spell knack that we've had ever since before the Magiclysm even happened. And then used it incorrectly and fell off a fucking wall. Well, we're gonna take a moment then, and we can get some more Arcana. We can get some more on some of that stuff. We can learn Point Flare, I guess. Do we know Point Flare? Did I learn it and then forget? I did learn it and then forget that I have it. It is level 0 though, so it'll be very hard for us to cast, so we'll want to level it up. But we do want Cloak of Warmth and Cloak of Chill. That'll help us get through both summer and weather. You would need 2 web shooters. That might have saved you from the fall damage. True. Random fact of someone who loves spiders. Most spiders are small enough that their terminal velocity is not enough to hurt them. That's like true about most bugs, bro. Tarantulas are very vulnerable. Yeah, because they have a lot of weird body weights. And then we'll read the Sanguine Codex a little bit more. Ah, that was a fully avoidable problem. We'll go ahead and put nicer bandages on our head and torso because we want those to heal faster. And during the day, we'll, again, just trying to read outside. I feel like since we're spending so much time reading outdoors, we should set up like a bench for Adelaide at some point. In fact, we can do that right away. Just grab one of these. Because these chairs aren't that heavy. So even in my weakened condition, which I guess I'm actually not weakened anymore, we can set this up out here. And I think a table would be nice as well. Is that a bench? Yeah. I don't see an end table in here anywhere. But at least we have a chair now. So Adelaide can get comfortable. It doesn't affect anything, but it's cool. I will say there is actually a Moodle bonus for eating a meal at a table. I don't know how close you can have to be to the table, because you don't have to be on top of it. But you do have to be close to the table in order to get that Moodle bonus. But it is a nice Moodle bonus. I should make actual food. Now let's see if I can see it. 8 with a table and chair, 10%. Yeah. Enjoyed a peanut butter sandwich. Pneumatically restless. And I apparently really don't like reading the Sanguine Codex. God damn. Sitting in a chair that's next to a table gives the bonus. Okay, so you actually have to sit in the chair. Nice. Oh, well, have a nice day. Enjoyed it. Thanks for coming to the stream. Make sure that we're keeping up with our wounds. And another day passed. Honestly, passing days is great as well. So we saw Cody in them on, like, I think it was like May 23rd or 24th or something like that, right? So we'll want to go back on the 30th, around the 30th. Cataclysm. Ah, no. A portal storm started, but it was while we were asleep. Damn. Portal storm fades. I actually wanted to run out into the portal storm. Be fun to be able to get some psionic powers. And it's pretty likely to get psionic powers just by running out into the Cataclysm. Why can't I... Oh, my frying pan has water in it. What? I must have done that by accident. Now I should be able to cook eggs. I still can't cook eggs. Why can't I scramble eggs? I guess I just can't scramble these eggs? Huh. Well, okay then. I guess the more you know. For a second I thought that said Gatorade, that I should just make Gatorade. Paired ground nuts. Is that actually worthwhile? That was not worth my time. Cool. We'll just eat a protein bar and be miserable about our life, because protein bars are disgusting. Make sure we... we're just going to drop everything that's not favorited. And resort. There we go. We have our Kopesh. And our wounds are, I would say, good enough. So let's go to our search menu again real quick. I actually want to delete this one and delete this one because we're not interested in going there anymore. Oh, wait, no. I know what I'm doing. We need to go back and get those solar panels. I don't know why I was just like, oh, we need to find a place to go, but no. Don't have enough eggs, probably? Yeah, that might be as well. Dinosaur eggs, with a nest being so close, multiple nests being so close, dinosaur eggs are probably going to be our go-to source of food this time. Dinosaur eggs just kind of like solve food for a lot of time, especially if there's a bunch of dinosaurs. Pull out our Kopesh. Okay. 68 out of 52. Yeah, we're only going to be able to carry one of these at a time. Does this qualify for their renewable energy? Find a solar panel array or 4 solar panels of either regular or advanced variant. Here's our question, guys. Do we even do this? Do we even bring this back? Or do we just take this back and make our own solar panel array? Because, like, they called me a sinner. They insulted Adelaide. They don't even freaking know her. And they insult... I mean, they would have insulted her better if they had known her. They would have called her much worse things than a sinner. They would have called her a cultist or crazy. But no. They didn't even know us, and they called us a sinner. I think we just use this ourselves. I'd love to set up a little battery bank out here. We do need a battery, though. I'll admit, I've never done the New England retreat stuff. Mostly because if you're a mutant, they'll literally just not talk to you. One is enough. Gotta go to the dinner with my wife now. Put away my partially cooked food. Well, thanks for joining us, Driver. Have a nice day. They can go to head. Get a personal power grid. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we do need to find a broken down car now. So we'll turn off fast travel. And we need a car battery now. We also need let's go ahead and change our things here real quick. So we want a battery and we want extension cords. We'll add that to our little search list here. Excuse me, advanced solar panel? Yeah. That was 18. You see why I'm excited now. I guess you didn't understand before. That was 18 advanced solar panels. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Now, I will still need like more than one advanced solar panel, probably. Do I just go into the city for a car? Or do I troll the roads? So we just need one car battery. Although I might not have the tools on hand to be able to get the car battery out, to be honest. Battery. I don't even think it has a battery. Oh wait, wasn't there a car over here? There was a car over here, right? Somewhere around this part of the road. There was also the police blockades that had cars. Okay, let's go down this road. See if we can find it. It'd be really funny to just steal the battery out of these guys' car as well. I swear I remember seeing a car down here somewhere. It was like a big van, right? Oh. What about this one? It looks too wrecked. Large storage battery. It's kind of screwed, though. Yeah. I think it would probably end up being leaking. Where is the battery? Large storage battery. Oh, it's completely destroyed. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's head to the police crossroads. See if we can find a car. Oh, that's the one I was looking for. This car is actually in pretty good shape. Battery. Car battery. 3,000 capacity. Perfect condition. Where is it? Doesn't matter, actually. I think I can remove things from anywhere, right? Where is the battery? Car battery. Remove. Hell yeah! Car battery. Did you know that our car battery is not a valid Strike's Talons weapons? Kind of unsurprising there. I like this being organized. So we're going to put our battery here, which means that's let's go ahead and put it down for now. I want to move my chair to the other side. Did I misspell it? Place car battery. I need electronics 1! That's funny. Do we have a book on electronics? That's funny. Let's just turn our flashlight on. Ah, come on. Turn on. Electronics. I don't have a book on electronics. Can I practice electronics? I can't practice electronics. Well, that's funny. That's really funny. Is that a pitfall trap? Where? I don't see a pitfall trap. I don't know. Is there an easy electronics recipe that I can just make? I don't even have any electronics recipes. Suspicious looking grass by the door? Possibly. This? I don't think so. I think I've walked through that grass before. I think it's just random generation. So, okay, tips. Does anyone have any tips on how I can get electronics? Found any books on electronics? Or do I just need to go get books on electronics? Disassemble a flashlight. I do have some stuff I can disassemble. I could probably disassemble the game systems, right? Does that get me electronics EXP? Electronics, 90%. Okay. Those game systems were not useful anyways. I don't care about the smartphone. Electronics, 91%. Man, we're so freaking close. Disassemble, and you'll learn its recipe? I definitely did not learn the recipe. Let's see what else we have. Heavy duty flashlights. I want to keep that. Disassembling the Qud, yeah. I don't know if we're going to be able to get there. Processor boards? Can we disassemble those? 92%. I never actually knew that you could disassemble things. 90. So close. Let's search by skill. I have no electronics recipes whatsoever. Okay, we have to keep going then. I would kind of like to keep the laptop, but I'm not sold on it. I want this more. Plus, it'll give me a bunch of other things to disassemble as well. Still 94. Let's see. Some sporks. Bunch of sporks. Need a soldering iron to do the battery chargers. Probably find electronics magazines in town. Yeah. You didn't finish the laptop? The light went out? Oh, thank you. %. Okay. Well, let's just stand here and disassemble the processor board. Will cutting up the amplifier circuit do anything? Man, we're at 97%. I assume cutting up the amplifier circuit won't do anything. I need to be able to disassemble things, not cut them up. Yeah, we need a soldering iron for charges. I don't know why I always say soldering. I think we're out of things to disassemble. I'm not seeing anything else other than my flashlight and my soldering iron. And I definitely don't want to disassemble those. I mean, I do have 2 flashlights. Never mind. I'll disassemble one of the flashlights. Someone said I would learn a recipe off that. Definitely didn't. Where are we? We're probably at like 98%. 98%! Both ways of saying soldering are correct. Okay, well, I'll just switch back and forth between saying the 2 different ways of saying soldering and soldering. Because I'm sure that will trigger someone, and I find that very funny. Can I do this medium battery, actually? Can't disassemble. Okay. Is there any electronics in the building here? Have another crowbar? I do not. Can I make another crowbar? Yeah, we're just gonna make a crowbar real quick. Put it in our belt. Carry it with us for now. What about over here? Generator. Put the battery from the flashlight into the soldering iron. That would have worked if the battery wasn't already dead, unfortunately. I just burned out the battery doing all that. Just looking for things to disassemble. CBRM filter canister? There's just a book on the art of enchant. What the hell? How'd we miss that? Okay, I'm blaming chat on that one. That's a huge deal. Can't believe we missed a incredibly vital Magiclysm book on the ground. Damn, that's a big deal. Art of Enchantment is how you get the recipe for, you know what? What we can do is, let's go back to that car. I bet we can pull things off of it to disassemble. Give us a little bit of mechanics too. But yeah, the Art of Enchantment is how you get the recipe for the copper infusion bracelet. Okay, take apart the AC units. We'll check in a moment. Examine vehicle. The cargo spaces are nice. Windshield. Security system? I can't take it off without mechanics. Stereo system. Take off the stereo system and see if we can disassemble that. Basically just trying to find anything electrical. Does that give me by itself? No. I can't disassemble it though. Maybe I can disassemble it back home. Let's take it with us whenever we go. Let's see, there's probably gonna be more stuff up here. Seatbelts, no. Windshield, no. Quarter pounder. Alternator, I assume I can't get that out. Turning 2. It's funny. Controls? No. Dashboard. Instrument panels with gauges and switches. This is a simple dashboard. Stone electronics is increased to 1. Jesus Christ. There we go. There we go. That was a journey. Place car battery. Plug-in appliance. Merge power grid. Oh, okay. 42% per hour. 2 hours until full. Now. Wait, why am I like blind? Oh, glare. That's why. Let's see. Do I have any... We need to make a trip into town and find some ascension cords. Fortunately, ascension cords are like hella common. We'll even go to the town that I cleared a little bit more. Well, watch out for cars on the way because I would like to find more batteries. 3,000's not really a lot. Yeah, junk drawers in kitchens largely. 3,000 is not really a lot of battery power, right? So we will want more batteries. But it's going to be pretty... Whoa. Amigo. It's very badly injured. We probably could take it out. I forgot that was down there. I should have marked that area as dangerous. Yeah, because I even marked that there was probably a portal here. Okay, we're gonna pull out our Kopesh. Turn off auto move. There is a lot here. Ooh, hey. Nuts and bolts. Let's move into a house so that we can manage this crowd a little bit better. There we go. Actually, should we check the Kopesh? Is it a Shrike weapon? Lich Hook, yes. The Kopesh is actually currently bugged. It's actually supposed to be called a Lich Hook. And for some reason, it's not. Outdoor extension cord. There's a whole ass battle. I forgot about this battle here. There's a whole ass battle going on. How many of these are even zombies? Yeah. So there's a bunch of zombie ones fighting a bunch of dinosaurs. And I love the idea that while that's going on, our little Bloodborne road is just sneaking through the kitchens, looking for extension cords. Times like that is where spear would have been useful. What is that? Zombie lizard folk. Okay. It's weird that the lizard folk and goblins and dwarves don't really work anymore. Getting power setup is always so liberating. Yeah, it's really tempting to just go kill that Migo. Does anyone know if I kill something with a spell, do I get perky XP for Bombastic if I kill something with a spell? Hey, there's a Denarius on the ground. There's also something... There's also a Krek there. Well, either way... Cast spell. I want to kill these. Because they are... We just blasted him? 46 damage. Hell yes. Thank you, Kopesh. And he's down. Okay, so I was at like 450 or something like that. 524. 74 damage. Wait, is all Magiclysms not working now? It's only some Magiclysm tiles not working. Some are for some reason. We haven't figured out why. And these guys drop essence, because I was about to say, they're a nether creature, so we definitely want to kill them. Oh, wow. I hit the correct so hard it just... Oh, corrects actually always melt away. That's right. Okay, there's something in our search menu down here. It's essence. Ooh, and a war axe. That's actually very valuable. And then there's a denarius down here. I should probably crush down these corpses, to be honest. This is too close to home. I don't really want a horde coming back in this town, per se. Oh, we do want to kill that. It's non-hostile, but it's also a nether creature. So it didn't give us some of the Arcana stuff. We basically, with Arcana, we want to fight nether creatures. Wow. Krat Knucklebones. There we go. You cannot pulp this corpse. Oh, it's because it's a Stegosaurus zombie. Okay. I was like, why can't I pulp it? Freaking... I do think it's funny that the Stegosaurus zombies just have, like, normal zombie icons. Healthcare to 3. I will happily take that book. Okay, we need, like, 3 more extension cords, more or less. Knucklebones are great for water talismans, which are great for healing. If we ever get in trouble, we can basically full heal one body part. It'll be really nice. Another bug out bag. Finding a lot of these. They're a little bit more common than I'd like, but it's not the end of the world. I'd love to take the time to dissect the Migo, because man, they're hard to take down, so I'd love some kind of increased crit chance against them. But I don't think we have time for that. What is that? Oh, it's just a raven. Do you have a battery? 3 storage batteries, all severely damaged. Thank you, No Hope. We should be able to get this place open with the winch. And close it back down with the winch. It says, this is a cartoon rendition of a zombie. There's a detailed drawing of a predator dinosaur with an arrow pointing at the mouth and a note. Insert here. It's funny. We need to crowbar. I don't have keys set up for these anymore. Kapesh does not seem as good as a Misericord. Why? Oh, because it's a cut weapon? So we're back down to... Man, we've switched from piercing to bashing to cut in quite a bit. Ooh, Arcana again. Let's fucking go. Hey, Slash'em, welcome. Could you haul the Mido corpses somewhere else? Somewhere safer? That's a good call. That's a good call. We are currently setting up our power grid for our limo shelter over here. Some basic normal Cataclysm stuff, right? We did search this mansion down here. We found the secret entrance, but we weren't able to open it because we need like a pickaxe to get in there. And we talked to the New England Retreat, and they called us sinners. And we're currently trying to work on getting a whole bunch of really powerful advanced solar panels down from this place. We got 1 down, and so we're looking for some extension cords so that we can run the power from our solar panels and battery down into our limo shelter. So we're searching this really small town first. Oh, there's a recycle center here. We can probably find a bunch of stuff here. So we're searching this small town for batteries and extension cords. No batteries. We are in No Hope. So there's a really good chance that we're just not going to find what we need. Aluminum, glass, electronics. Nope. Although this would have been a good place to disassemble things for electronics. Let's check batteries. Small motorbike battery? No, I need like a big battery. Large storage battery! Yes! Guys! Holy shit, it is so fucking heavy. Okay, that's 50,000. What about we take the medium storage battery? Is that enough that I can move? I can move with the medium storage battery. Okay, we're gonna mark that on the map, though. Do our usual... We need to get like a cart or something over here. What makes you a sinner in the eyes of the NECC? Well, you see, I am in fact not only a bird person, so let's just start with the easy stuff first, right? So I'm a bird person, you know, I'm a Scrounger, I'm a raven folk, right? But I'm also, well, on top of being a mutant in their eyes, right? I'm also a sanguinis shrike, which is an assassin who used to protect demonic cults from demonic blood cult rituals. Sorry, demonic rituals of a blood cult, from people who were trying to take down the blood cults. So I would say they probably think it's because I'm a bird, but they're probably right for different reasons. And currently we're very insulted by them because they were calling us a sinner for the wrong reason. We are not necessarily a bad person. Again, we were just a guard. We weren't like doing the blood rituals ourselves, right? But at the same time, you can't just call me a sinner for reasons that aren't actually the reason I'm a sinner. Like, you gotta insult us for the right reason, okay? Slash'em, have you seen this mod yet? Because I like showing this off. I have this thing called Wormskin armor. It's really overpowered, and the only reason we have it is because I told chat that it's overpowered, and they're like, "Bro, just take it anyways. Just take it anyways." So if you haven't seen it, and if you're new to the stream or haven't seen me show it off the last 2 times, you see these zombies here? Yeah. That's a streak of acid. This zombie is almost dead. This zombie just straight up died. We'll be able to take this guy out in no time, and those zombies are going to move into the acid and start dying. And that only used up 2 charges of my Wormstone armor. Also, it took about 50 moves, so I can do that multiple times a turn. Speaking of, why is that dinosaur flying? Where's the actual tile that the dinosaur's on? What's going on here? There's some sort of bug going on here. Okay, I don't like that. We're gonna wormskin the dinosaur. That was weird. That was so weird. Can't wait for the Fallen Angel and ring to come in play. Don't know what it does, but it must be cool. It protects... I actually know something that I'll be able to use it for. A little bit later. Ideally, we'll want to use it whenever we get to a crystal, a mind over matter crystal outcropping. It'll be pretty useful there. This is a town right near a base, so we are going to take a second to crush down any corpse that we can crush down. But yeah, I will say most of the mod isn't that overpowered. We started it in a incredibly dangerous dungeon and had to escape from a Draco Lich, which was able to instantaneously kill us if we played our cards wrong, in order to get away with this armor. But it does... The whole reason I even kept it is because it does show off the fact that this mod has some cool shit in it. So basically the idea of Arcana is that instead of having spells that you cast that are native to you, you have items, and you prep items in order to get things running. Place medium battery. Plug in appliance. There we go. And now we can take the extension cord. Maybe we have to activate it. It's been a second. attach there. How much ascension toward do we have? 29. So 1, 2, 3. Is it still working? 6. I forgot to put it in my hands. Makes life easier if you do put it in your hands, by the way. Attach. Let there be light. We have a power grid. How bad is the grid? So it's about 8% per hour with the lights on, 10 hours until full, and it'll be able to store about 13. Is that 13,000? Yeah, 13,000. We will want some more batteries, and more importantly, we'll want to get more of those solar panels. But we have lights! We have so much light! That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I love getting to this point in a base where you have power set up. I will say I also have these refrigerators back here. These, there's a freezer chest and a refrigerator. So I'm going to grab another ascension cable here soon and run it over to here so that we can have our food kind of like permanently stored that way. Actually, can we grab and move these? Slowly, but yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and put the freezer where our sort spot is for our food. Can we connect it from here? Appliance has no connection to a battery. Connects the standing lamp to the chest freezer. Yes! We have a freezer! And then we can also move this one down. We're not very strong. Okay, we're not very strong. We're just a bird person. I should probably move everything off the shelf. Aerom gave us that tip earlier, and that was really good tip. Okay. Move this down. I don't really, honestly... You know what? I don't think I need the refrigerator, right? So... in the sense of Cataclysm, right? Not real life, but Cataclysm. Which one's better to store our food in, the fridge or the freezer? Because what I'm thinking is that if we put it in the freezer, we're not going to be able to eat our food, right? Because we don't have to thaw it. So maybe we keep the freezer somewhere else and we load things into it manually. It'll cost more power to thaw it. Freezer room with an oven next to it to heat things up. Okay. Do we have an oven? That's a good question. We don't have an oven. We do have a water purifier. I've never actually messed with one of these water purifiers. Do these work? We can also take down the... Oh, hey, does air conditioning work? Central air filter. That's not air conditioning, that's just an air filter. Is this air conditioning? It's an air filter as well. Yeah, how much of this work? The purifiers work. Are these getting cold? I don't remember how to tell. This should be on though, right? Yeah. Power consumption 0. Oh. I was dumb. Okay, now that the freezer is on, let's go ahead and plug in the fridge as well. I can't plug in the fridge for some reason. It's not letting me. It probably ran out of cord, I would say. Let's move this out of the way. We need a bookshelf to store our books. Probably put a bookshelf like here in the center. Because we gotta keep the aesthetics up, okay? Purifiers work. How do the purifiers work? Can't do that. I have to deconstruct it. Where do we want to place it? I don't use this room or this room, so I don't mind placing things in front of it. There we go. Oh, hey. Place wall wiring. What do I need for wall wiring? Copper wire. Oh, I can just make wall wiring? That's really nice. I saw a reveal wall wiring for a second there. And there's a reveal if I'm near a wired wall. Not all of the walls are wired, though. Interesting. Are you doing permadeath on the character or just playing until you have your fill of the character? I don't usually... Probably the latter. Probably the latter. If we have a very legitimate death, like I make a stupid mistake, and we go and fight a dragon, and it kills us, if we're feeling done with the character, we'll probably be done. But I also don't want to be done with a character for, I don't know, a silly reason, right? So I'm thinking we put food here, and then we add another one for perishable food. Oh, no, that's not right. That's a different thing, isn't it? How do we remove that? R. Okay, so that'll put our food in there, and our books will go into the bookshelf, and then our drugs will go into that. Oh, I did books, not manuals. There we go. So now we can read our books right next to the thing. I think I do need another something here. We'll put some wall wiring here. Plug in appliance. I'm struggling a little bit here. I'm not super familiar with this stuff. Let's move this stuff off and move that out of the way real quick. And connect this to the wall wiring. Wall wiring are connected. Okay. And then we will take the wall wiring and plug in appliance. I don't know why the fridge isn't working. Fortunately, the freezer's working, so I guess it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. But the fridge is just not working. I mean, the freezer's working, so I guess it doesn't, again, really matter, but... We can also connect our purifier. Purify some water. I don't have water to purify. I can't even press E on the refrigerator. Interesting. Deconstruct it if you want to connect it to the grid. Oh, I have to deconstruct it? Hold on. Maybe I should read. Oh, this is also now a freezer. Interesting. Oh, here we go. Household fridge. I think I see what's happening here. There was like two things here. Let's say take down appliance. And then we will grab the fridge There we go. That was... Oh, man, my brain was not handling that. My brain was not handling that. We have an extra freezer here. We'll put it in the back. Okay, so now we have a fridge and a freezer. Fridge will be for... I don't really know what the difference is going to be, really. We'll leave the fridge off for now. But I do want to go, now that everything's hooked in, purifier's off. I want to check what our grid is saying. Is it even charging during the day? 6% per hour. Okay, so we're still charging. You fridged too hard and became a freezer. Basically, yes. Oh, sorry for my brain just breaking there. Put drinks in the fridge to prevent being frozen. That's a good idea. Can I separate? Is that a thing I can do, guys? Can I separate out? Drink. Yes. Okay, so move. So food will go into there. Drink will go into there. We're gonna put chemicals in the freezer as well, because there are some chemicals like blood, for example, that we want to freeze, right? Fridge and purifier aren't plugged in, actually. Freezer is plugged in. Fridge is plugged in because it has grid power battery flow. Lamp is plugged in. Purifier is plugged in. Everything's plugged in. Fridge is not on. We'll turn it on. It has minus 42 draw. We do want to get more solar panels. Obviously. Yeah. Even with that, we're still fine. Because we're getting 229 draw. Or sorry, 141 draw out of 229. But one advanced solar power powers everything. And I want to get like 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 more going. Let's drop off our stuff real quick. Do our drop. We can actually load that blood essence into our blood essence gemstone here. It's kind of like a thing that stores it, right? In fact, actually we can do even better. So we'll go into here. We'll go to pocket settings. We'll make a whitelist for blood essence. Oops. Whitelist for blood essence. And then we're going to set the pocket priority to like 60. So now whenever we pick up blood essence, it should automatically go into that. Theoretically. It may have not done it because we accidentally favorited the blood essence. I'm not sure. Also, since we're not using the paper gun anymore, we can take the paper cartridge off. That will save us a little bit of weight as well. Since we're not using the Misericord right now. Oh, I see a mistake that I made. Hold on. We want to move this to here. And move that there. The reason being, because now we can actually see. Because the bookshelf was blocking the light there. We don't care about the light being in the back corner here, right? But the bookshelf was blocking the light. And I need to do manuals as well. Again. Oh, okay. And I press the wrong button. A lot of organization, a lot of base management, but oof, there we go. Purifier and fridge aren't actually plugged in. Now is your storage surplus enough to power them through the night? Probably not. Every time I come back to Cataclysm, I need to relearn how to do inventory management. Yeah. If you have any electronics, I think you can convert a battery power soldering iron into a plug-in one. That's not a plug-in one. I think we have a portable plug-in iron. Let's see. A slot for a battery. Okay. Yeah, so we'll want to get a plug-in one eventually so we can plug it into our grid. And we also want some more extension cables for this whole setup as well at some point. And so how does the... I think I broke things whenever I did this. That's broken, that's broken. The water purifier isn't plugged in anymore because I moved the lamp. It's a little unfortunate, but we'll fix it with an extension table later. And back, do we have a rapier or crysknife yet? We did not find anything interesting in the mansion, but we do have our base powered now. We have one advanced solar grid and 2 batteries. So we did get one of the things on my list done. Our base is in fact powered. We have a working freezer and a working fridge, and they're all like piped up and everything. It's fantastic, okay? It's fantastic. Honestly, it's a lot farther than I ever expected to be on day 7. Yeah, that's really early. We also realized that we have a Kopesh in our inventory. That is a really powerful weapon as well. So we didn't necessarily need the rapier, to be honest. Not super required. What is weighing me down so much? Yeah, seriously. I'm in pain. That's why. Okay, and now we're sitting at our table, and we can read at our table. We'll read a little bit more Arcana, because again, we need to get that up. And once our pain's gone, we'll go back and get a couple more solar panels, and then we'll be done with our base improvements for a long time, I would say. Like, obviously, we're going to want some of the crafting stuff eventually, like some anvils and such like that. But at least for a good while, we're going to be good. We're going to be very good. Funny stuff that happened in 2-hour march was... funny stuff that happened is a 2-hour looking for bolt turning 2. Yeah. Do you have fencing? No, but I do have Shrite's Talons, which uses fencing weapons, including my Lich Hook here, which is a type of short sword, technically. And I have a scabbard for it. Okay, let's go back and grab a couple more solar panels super fast. Areima did, in fact, not find what I was looking for. Correct. And then someone in chat informed me that the entire time that we were looking for 2 bolt turning, I didn't need it, and that I can use the deconstruct menu instead to pull down the solar panels, because Cataclysm. Cataclysm is ridiculous sometimes. Also, I fell off this roof while spider climbing. So, yep. That happened. We're going to climb back up. And with this crowbar here, you can deconstruct. I'm actually going to stop and crouch so shit can't see me. In fact, I might even go prone so shit can't see me from the ground. And we'll continue working on that. I just don't want like something from the ground just to like completely spot us. Can I do this at night? I can. And then we have to do that. Spider climb is currently too difficult. Do we have... Are we religious? I don't remember, guys, if we're religious. Do we have the ability to... Are we spiritual? We are not spiritual. Unfortunately, our mood is not the greatest right now. So we don't have the focus to be able to cast Spider Climb. We probably want to get the perk at some point. There's a meta magic perk called Intuitive Spell that gives us 20% more cast cost, but it no longer is affected by focus. That'll be really valuable for casting high-level spells, but it also will be very valuable for casting Spider Climb. Areima did not want to use got a comic book? I don't... Yeah, I should carry around like a deck of cards and stuff like that. I've been playing a religious character for so long that I kind of forgot that that was a thing that you need to do. If I wait, is my focus going up? It is going up. Okay. 94% failure chance. We'll wait for another 5 minutes. See if we can get up a little bit higher. I want to get below 80% if possible. And we'll drop the solar panel and attempt to cast Spider Climb. There we go. I'm going to quick save this time because I'm an idiot. Isn't there a spell to levitate things to increase your carry capacity? There is a thing. And there we go. This time we crawled down the wall by following the wall instead of stepping out into the air like a freaking moron. But anyways, there is a mind over matter power that allows us to have a lifting field, which is a levitation space nearby. But I don't know of a Magiclysm power. That would be cool because Tensor's floating disc is a like OG D&D thing, right? Like old school a D&D thing, right? And that would be a really cool Magiclysm spell to get Tensor's floating disc. Or like in Caves of Qud, you have the floating nearby slot, right? And you can get the thing that allows... Oh, I can't do this in the night at the nighttime. But you can get the thing that allows you to have like 40 extra carry capacity because you have like a thing floating nearby, right? Very cool. Might as well turn off the lights while I'm not using them, just to make sure that we don't burn through all of our power. And we're going to sleep real quick, and then I'm going to BRB, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, and we are back, and I have to remember to unmute my mic, like a smart streamer. Anyways, I did just see what time it is, however. We are 3 hours and 30 minutes into the stream, and because it is, in fact, Thursday, my boyfriend's going to be coming over very soon. Probably within the next half an hour to 40 minutes, I would imagine, or maybe slightly after that. So I actually am going to have to call it here. I do feel like we just made a crap ton of progress, though. And I will probably go and grab some more solar panels off screen so that next time we come back, we will be working on some of our other locations. You know, we're going to be heading towards, you know, this the quest for the old guard, where they wanted us to take down some dinosaurs. There's a wizard tower. There's a ruined shrine that is definitely an Arcana location. Of course, we have Cody and Jay and any possible quests that they might have for us. A Magic Academy, and of course, the Refugee Center. And after all of that is done, after we've cleared the local area of points of interest, we will move on to the Forge of Wonders. I'm hoping to be able to move a little bit faster next time, now that we have things kind of going, and we have our base going. And I will do a little bit of studying of spells and stuff like that off camera, so that we don't have to waste your precious on-time camera. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream, and I really hope you guys have a good night. And if you are interested in catching my future streams, please come check out the Discord. I will drop a link very quickly here in a second. And we will have Basically, the reason to join the Discord isn't necessarily to come talk to me, but because I have my stream announcements over there. If you join the server and you mention in the opening thingies that you want to be notified on Cataclysm or on stream, it will let you know whenever I go live within about half an hour to an hour. Because my stream schedule is all over the place. I don't really have one, but I do try and stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Anyways, I hope all of you to have a fantastic night, and thank you so much for joining me. This was very fun. I'm enjoying streaming Cataclysm way more than I thought I ever would, and I should have been doing this the whole time. There will be more dark days to come. Goodbye.